Hello? No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey Dick, Jerk McCock here. Listen, I know you got that court thing today, and sorry I can't be there, but you're a smart guy, you'll be fine. Just do what I told you, and remember A, B, C. Always be pleading the fifth. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go do some, legal things.
Please, mister. Please, I just want to go home. Please, no.
All rise for your boy Judge Sean, who presides. Call on the case of 867-5309. Hashtag Dick Lies. It's time to decide if being funny is a crime. You may now be seated as we're about to begin to find out if it's a contest and if anyone can win. Defendant Masterson, please no drinking in court. Your Honor, you have the floor.
Sorry I'm late, guys. Some asshole parked his bike in my spot. Hello, everyone. My name's Sean. I'll be your legal engineer for today. Okay. All right, okay, what are we up to, guys? What are we doing today? Okay. Calling the case of MADDOX v. Masterson. Plaintiff, you may call your first witness.
Welcome to the biggest court battle in the universe, the only court battle where we decide which testimony is juster, so you can decide which testimony is just ass. I'm your plaintiff, MADDOX. With me today is my deputy paralegal, Khuck, Ali. And today's testimony is brought to you by MADDOX vs. Existence, out now on iTunes and Google Play. It's the #1 seller, guys.
Wait, stop. The plaintiff is reminded that this is a courtroom, not some high school debate club. Bailiff, escort the plaintiff outside.
Oh, that's bullshit. Dismiss this case. This part of the lawyers. Delete these transcripts, Sean. This absolute bullshit. Get your damn hands off. You can't take me out of here. I'm an American citizen. I have rights. You sons of bitches. God damn it.
Your Honor, wait! I'm MADDOX's public defender, and this is how I talk. I beg you to allow me a second chance to defend my client, for I just so happen to have here in my hands a sealed envelope containing my client's real testimony. And if the court will allow, I'd like a chance to deliver this testimony in full and prove once and for all that Dick Masterson is a liar.
I'm gonna allow this, yeah.
Your Honor, I present to you one side of the debate, and in this envelope is what I think, but make no mistake. Dick said he was my friend, but it was only just pretend. Remember when I said the show was never gonna end? He never showed gratitude for any of the snacks, and it's a fact he never once gave thanks, and he never showed signs that he even took the time to read my brief 30,000-word show outline. Your Honor, I'm no armchair psychologist, but I have a good authority that Dick's a rape apologist. I promise you that Dick lies, he still has W9s. How many more out of context clips do I need to find? He blames it all on me, said I'm the podcast killer, but we all know he just did it for the fans and the Skrilla. Wait, did he say he's not a copyright police? Copyright police, they're mine to release. Everybody on your feet. No time to waste. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Make no mistake. All my homies in the gallery. All my players on the bench. All my haters taking shots at me. Lady Justice is my bitch. Alright. 'Cause it's time to decide. Right. Alright. 'Cause it's time.
Excuse me, could I just make one point real quick?
No.
Your Honor, please believe me when I say I stayed up for days to write a script to explain exactly how this big swinging dick is a lying little prick with incompatible values that just make me sick. I just wanted to see if I could possibly convince my ex to try a little polyamory. Maybe see if she would like to go to fuck parties with me. Turn dinner for two into a party of 3. And Jane Doe, I confess, well, that's kinda complex, Your Honor. Please, I beg you, it's been years since I had sex. The unimaginable stress is causing me to obsess and send text after text to my ex. You see, Dick has done nothing but cause me great pain with his never-ending targeted harassment campaign. But he's done much worse, I got a nuclear motherload. You can take my word for it, cause I'm taking the high road. Everybody on your feet. No time to waste. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Make no mistake. All my homies in the gallery. All my players on the bench. All my haters taking shots at me. Lady Justice is my bitch. Alright. 'Cause it's time to decide. Alright. It's time.
I don't think so.
Now I don't want to ruin reputations with lies, implications, and bald allegations, but Dick isn't the wingman of our nation, and he's got a pile of coke in his basement. But you're on a roll of this is really just a setting for the grand crime of hitting on my ex at a wedding. She was my property and Dick allegedly took her home and gave me terminal chump syndrome. Dick was in UCB because of me. Dick has a podcast now because of me. He even has a girl and a house on a hill, and it's all thanks to me. How's that for irony? So where's my thanks? How? Where's my gratitude? I get no acknowledgements or even empty platitudes. I just want to be left alone. All I get is attitude. Fuck Dick and fuck the fans. I'm done, dude.
Order, order, order! And now it's time for the other side of the debate.
Your Honor, the plaintiff is a huge pussy. The defense rests.
This guy is a pussy, isn't he? On the matter of MADDOX v. Masterson, I find the defendant, Dick, not guilty of being a liar. Order! Furthermore, I find the plaintiff, MADDOX, guilty of being a huge pussy and hereby sentence him to 1,000,000 years in the Khuck shed.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's a big foul. You can't. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Court is
Get your damn
adjourned.
hands off me.
Let's go get fucking wasted.
You're gonna take me out of here. You can't take me out of here. You're out of order. You're out of order. You can't do
Everybody on your feet. No time to waste. Beyond a shadow of a doubt now. Make no mistake. Court is adjourned. And everybody's gone home. Patreon.com. Astereos. All rise. 'Cause it's time to decide if Dick lies. All rise. 'Cause it's time to decide if Dick lies. All rise. 'Cause it's time to decide if Dick lies. All rise. 'Cause it's time to decide Dick didn't lie.
Hey everybody, Jerk McCock, Dick Show lawyer here. The song you just heard was a work of fiction. Any similarity to any person living, dead, or washed up was entirely coincidental.
They're really different to us, but they're also white, so I'm allowed to be racist to them.
Ripley, how come I'm now banned? Unban me from the Discord server.
Nick, you don't score until you score!
Hello everyone, welcome to the SHOCKMOUTHS stream. I'm Mitch. Today with me is my replacement Ripley, Matthew, Pitt.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Our other replacement Ripley, Mr. Perfect Paradox, has not arrived yet. Fantastic.
Man, fuck Paradox.
Yeah,
I'm here now.
No! You're taking over.
I'm taking over.
Oh, you're taking over? I'm very hungover. It was
Oh,
a
you were
fucking...
drunk last night?
Oh, very, yes. Day drinking as well, of all things. Went to a football game, was drinking from 1 p.m. till like 10.
Jeez.
And then I got coffee this morning and it was still in the jersey I was wearing. They're like, "Oh, you're wearing that proudly because we won." I'm like, "Man, I'm going home. I'm on my way home." So when I did wake up this morning, where are we? I came across this comment. So I did a video on Maddox's first stick show about a month ago, and I got a new comment on it right here. says, it seems like your information is out of date now, dude. Really, really out of date. Like liable. And so it's really insulting when someone wearing a Guy Fawkes mask in the year of 2023 is calling you outdated. And I was like, well, okay, that's a bit worrisome. What's out of date? I mean, I did lots of research on it. Got multiple sources, one including from Justin Whang. And then I get a message this morning. It's like, hey, dude, I can't remember exactly. Maddox made a video. It's on Justin Whang. I'm like, oh, shit. That must be what this comment was about. Is Justin Whang a plagiarist, a hack, or just a plagiarist?
By the way, Mitch, did you cite your sources on that video?
I'm pretty sure. Hang on. I'm pretty sure I put it in the description. Bang, bang, bang. Justin Whang's Heather S video. Bang. Music bar. References. Tommy C's thing there. The LOL suit. Wikipedia. MADDOX' video there. Yeah, most of them.
You're a better man than Justin Whang now.
Oh, see.
Congratulations.
So you've seen the video then?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's
Is it pretty...
It's very entertaining.
Is it pretty damning?
Not really, no. But you're going to see that it's not really about Justin Whang.
It's about his band, isn't it?
No, he's using Justin Whang as a reason to get more clicks, but it's about someone else.
I think I know who then. Also, hello chat as well. Niall, Mad Max, Nerdy John, Abby Blackbird, Trash Queen and King. Is that like a joint account? Oh, Paradox has arrived. Hello, Miss Perfect Paradox.
How are ya? I'm so sorry I'm late. I apologize greatly.
What were you doing? Why are you late to class?
Making dinner. I forgot to eat dinner. So, yeah. Anyway, how are you guys? Hi, Matt.
Good. Hello.
Hello. How are you, Mitt?
We just went over that. I'm hungover as hell.
Why are you hungover? What did...
It was a big football game yesterday.
Catch up.
We won 8 in a row.
Okay.
It's fucking awesome. And I was there.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Well, I didn't do any of it. The football players did. But yeah, I was still in the jersey this morning and the clothes I was wearing yesterday. It's one of those hangover days.
Oh,
yeah.
Ouch.
And then I wake up, Maddox has dropped what I hear, a fire video. And I just want to say as well, for years, I've been wanting Maddox to fucking just come out swinging. Like, Justin wasn't on my bingo card for who would come swinging at.
Right.
I thought it would be Dick, and then Vito maybe, because Vito replaced him. Maybe he doesn't like Vito.
Oh, true. Yeah.
The other guy that you're talking about, Matt, would be another contender that I thought would be before Justin, but Justin is the biggest scalp out of all these people.
Yeah.
He is the most ripest fruit. All right, this goes for a fucking hour. I've got it 1.5. And, that's the other reason why I was so worried when that comment was like, this is libel, is that libel is something that you can sue someone over, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And Maddox is not afraid of that. And I don't want to be dragged all the way over to New York for citing bad references.
Yeah, are we going to get sued?
Very expensive to get over to you.
Maybe.
It would be really expensive.
We can get sued, but at least it's no dick on the stream, right?
True. True.
That's a deep cut. That's a fucking deep cut. All right, let's fucking watch this.
Names, dates, and times of specific events that occurred over 30 years ago. He even remembers the names of news anchors on channels.
Fuck, is that too fast?
No, you're good.
Yeah.
It's
these
okay
events broadcast
for me.
on, even though he was only a child when these events happened. He's also an incredible jumper who's able to jump on any bandwagon, no matter how small it is. But unfortunately, there's a dark side to this person. He's addicted to drama. He spreads rumors about people he doesn't know with facts he doesn't have. He does this in a secret bid to silence and deplatform people he doesn't like. For the first time ever, I'm about to expose who this person is and what he's...
I thought Justin more so, like, just took Reddit stories and presented them. Like, hey, here's this internet mystery that happened. Oh, what happened? We don't know.
Yeah.
been up to.
That's what he usually does.
Yeah.
Underbelly of the internet. Welcome to a very special
running.
Tales from the Internet. Welcome to the best show in the universe. I'm Maddox. I'm about to tell you a story of a YouTuber named Justin Whang. For those of you who don't know, Justin is a YouTuber, self-proclaimed internet historian, and tragically, a member of a nu metal band. And no, that's not just a joke. He really is a member of a nu metal band. Nu metal, also known as not metal, is the soundtrack of being grounded for not eating your vegetables. It's all the things you like from rap and all the—
I love it. Maddox is back, baby. He hasn't changed at all, and he's back. This is awesome. I love the aesthetic too, like that fucking web art, that that text art of the late 90s, early 2000s.
The things you like from metal left on the cutting room floor, so all you have left is crap. It's one of the only genres of music where the Wikipedia entry has an entire section dedicated to nu metal bands who insist they're not nu metal, including Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, and Stain. In an Artist Direct interview, the vocalist for Stain said, "If we get called a nu metal band one more time, I don't even know what I'm gonna do." Stain's Wikipedia page calls them a nu metal band. Even the bassist of Rage Against the Machine publicly apologized for Limp Bizkit, saying, "I feel really bad that we inspired such bullshit." And Dave Mustaine of Megadeth said in an interview that he'd rather have his eyelids pulled out than listen to nu metal. But despite the genre being dead since 2009, Justin's nu metal band still inexplicably exists. The band is called Jinx, and no, that's not named after the blackface Pokemon or the children's game.
Jinx, you won't be a soda.
In an interview with the lead singer of Justin's band, the inspiration for the name came from his interest in witchcraft, and because he thinks that he has bad luck. Wow, that's pretty metal, I guess, because when I think of metal, I think of teenage girls casting spells on each other.
You're a witch!
Yes, a band composed of a bunch of guys in their 30s took the concept of a jinx pretty seriously. This was literally the plot of an episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Jinx.
Kids, you may be wondering why 5 adults in their 30s would take a jinx so seriously.
Good question. They called themselves nu metal with a New York attitude and cite Limp Bizkit as one of their inspirations. At one point, Justin made a video spitting some hard truth about why your friends support more popular bands and not yours, saying something I actually agree with, that you should earn your fans.
All right, Maddox, I want another one of these in a month. I want another hour-long video just shitting on other... That's your thing now. You just shit on YouTubers.
Were you a fan of Maddox?
Oh, before videos were a thing on the internet, yeah, like 99, 2000.
Yeah, see, I never knew about. I was never like big into like the early stuff of the internet like that, so I didn't know he was like a big figure.
Yeah, and then he kind of went missing on that site, and I forgot about it. But then I came across him in 2016, middle of 2016. And I was like, wait, this guy's familiar, like the style and the jokes. And then I saw the name Maddox. I was like, oh, fuck, it's fucking that guy who had that website. But it had shit tons of dislikes, and I had no idea why. And I was like, oh, maybe it's because he's got a shitty camera presence, maybe. I guess that's why. And a few years later, found out that was around the time that the biggest problem in the universe ended. And the dick shows had started, and all that bullshit was going on. So that's where all the dislikes had come from.
Gotcha.
What the fuck is chat's talking about Africa? Worrying about water? Hey Tiana. Is he going to talk about how we don't... Oh, yeah, that was the video. It was about I think the video was about Khuck. How people don't understand because he kept getting called that. So we did a video responding to it, yeah.
When my band plays,
but I came in blind and I was like, what the fuck?
I don't want them to come out to a show unless they're actually into the music. You gotta keep fucking working on it and not putting so much pressure on them to support you.
But because Justin is a giant hypocrite, he also says things like this.
Come see me on fucking tour, you fucking assholes.
You've been jinxed. Now, as much fun as it is to clown on bad music, the reason I'm mentioning it is because Justin has something else in common with shitty derivative rap rock, and that's shitty derivative YouTube channels. Justin is better known for his YouTube series called Tales from the Internet, where he chronicles famous people and events like he's some sort of historian of the internet, or internet historian, if you will, despite the fact that other channels were already doing the same thing. But more on that later. He first launched his channel by doing a series of Let's Play videos that failed to get any traction because they were indistinguishable from the many other Let's Play videos out there, save for the fact that he occasionally drinks with his pinky out. And when people weren't interested in watching him play video games in his depressingly dark room,
it's kind of boring.
He resorted to the lazy comedic device that's a last resort for every hack comedian and YouTuber when they don't have a personality, getting drunk. While it can sometimes work, it only works when the underlying person or material is funny, not because of the alcohol, but usually in spite of it. But unfortunately, Justin isn't funny. His comedic shtick is comprised of 1-second callbacks where he points out something he just said.
But what it actually refers to is groping. I like how I put my hands to the camera when I said groping.
And this really bad impression of Trump, I guess. I don't even know who he's parodying.
Emails, Aleppo. What the hell is Aleppo anyway? I thought this was America. We don't speak no Italian here.
And to make things worse, his videos are punctuated with a lack of polish that simultaneously comes across as lazy and contemptuous of his audience. For example, he forgot to set his phone to silent while recording, got a text message, and then decided to keep these takes. And this has happened multiple times.
So fucking nitpicky.
I'm not even fucking...
Yeah.
I'm not fucking Sam Hyde, I'm fucking nobody. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off again. But yeah, I'm this white supremacist Nazi. I guess I should have turned my fucking phone off again. I'm a fucking popular guy. You know,
those don't look like his main videos though. Those look like...
But the funny thing, well, this is like probably his early stuff because he started out as the commentary channel.
Yeah.
But
those aren't recent looking, and if they are,
I feel like
sorry.
I feel like Justin Whang's like one of the more likable YouTubers on this platform. Like, I would be surprised if like a bunch of people hated Justin Whang. Like, literally, like no one hates Justin Whang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just so funny seeing an exposed video on him.
Yeah. It's weird to say, but I have thought that how like he's really likable. He like and all that. And I was like, if something did come out about him, like what the fuck could it possibly be? And my only conclusion was that he would be having sex with shit tons of women consensually, and one of them might get upset one day. I'm like, that would be what I'd put as number one.
Yeah, I'd put my money on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put my money on that one.
I'm not going to beat the allegations here, but he's a sexy dude. And he'd be getting a lot of fucking pussy.
What, do you wish his dick was on screen right now, Mitch?
I was gonna say.
Hey, Wang, how much to fucking McChicken? Send it to me, please.
What?
Oh, Niall says, yeah, he plays in the band, which only adds more to my theory. Yes, of course. He's getting shit tons of it. So, I thought that's why you'd be exposed.
Yeah,
Maddox
like,
coming out swinging was just nowhere near in my bingo card.
I've literally you know how a lot of YouTubers have like really like obsessed haters who tweet at them all the time, and there's people out there that talk about like this YouTuber, that YouTuber. They have like conspiracy theories and all kinds of stuff. I've never seen that with Justin Whang ever. Like there's no sort of like hater or fan like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then there's this video where he constantly cracks himself up while mispronouncing Spanish words, but he decided to include this nauseating take where he starts wheezing and coughing on camera. I've sped up some of the laughing to make it slightly less unbearable. Then after this train wreck of a video, he thought it was such a good idea that he decided to make it.
Whoa, hang on. He's given Justin Whang shit for the way he laughs or that he's leaving in laugh takes. However, in the very next shot, Maddox leaves this take in. I gotta go very slowly here. There! He leaves that shit in!
Why is he saying
Look at his fucking head! It looks like a potato! Literally! Like, you know, you get in the potato, like, it's different, like, colors and shit. Like, you get fucking the dirty parts of the potato.
Yeah.
You can't shit on a dude and then look like that.
After this train wreck of a video, he thought it was such a good idea that he decided to make it a
looking down to the left!
Regular series.
I feel like this is going to be a recurring series, so if you guys have any words that you want to hear me pronounced in any fucking language that isn't English, by all means, let me know.
Yeah, I've got one for you, Justin. Try aburrido. Eres aburrido. Suffice it to say that these videos didn't take off. Nothing seemed to be working on Justin's channel, so what do you do when you're not funny, not interesting, and not original enough for people to care about who you are? You talk about someone who is. So Justin
Sorry, was that Paradox?
These are old. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. This is why Keemstar wears a hat.
Dipping into this?
Sorry, was that?
What was Maddox? Was Maddox always like this when he made his videos?
Yeah, but he was usually, like he said at the beginning, he was going after children.
He's insanely annoying.
Yeah.
Like, if he made a video on Hitler, I might side with Hitler.
Jesus, Matt.
You're gonna get us all fucking taken down.
From Pro Jared to James
For real.
Yeah, sure, Matt.
Charles to Adam Saleh to H3H3 and PewDiePie to be working on Justin's channel. So what do you do when you're not funny, not interesting, and not original enough for people to care about who you are? You talk about someone who is. So Justin jumped on the drama bandwagon. From Pro Jared to James Charles
2019.
To Adam Saleh to H3H3 and PewDiePie, there isn't a bandwagon too big or too small for Justin to jump on. He even made a video series where he went after content creators and comedians for allegedly stealing jokes and memes, like he was some sort of content cop. If that sounds familiar, that's because there's already a popular web series by iDubbbz called Content Cop, which is a more nuanced, clever, and tongue-in-cheek series than Justin's shitty imitation. But that's not where the similarities end, because Justin even shamelessly called his video Meme Police. Ah yes, let's look up a synonym for the word cop, and nobody will notice. Good job, Justin, I think it worked. Except even this seems like
the whole thing is, that was literally the joke, though. Was that he made a show called Meme Police that was supposed to be like Content Cop. That was the joke.
That is the joke, Maddox. That's the fucking joke, you bold prick.
iDubbbz video because he literally has a content police sketch. Oops. This is some high school level plagiarism where you just change a few words. One of his first Meme Police videos was about comedian Rob Schneider and how he allegedly stole a joke from a meme.
If it does sound kind of familiar, it's because he stole that fucking joke from a meme that was being shared around at least 3 days before he tweeted that.
Justin doesn't provide any evidence that he stole the joke. His only argument is that he saw a similar meme posted earlier. So he concluded that Rob Schneider must have seen the same meme that Justin saw and therefore stole the joke. How likely is it to have happened? Well, it's hard to tell because...
Hold on, Mitch. Who fucking cares? Is it just me, or who fucking gives a rat's ass? Yeah. Like, this is what we're getting down to? Really?
Apparently the first 25 minutes is, like, kind of filler, but it's at 25 minutes that it gets really good.
Oh.
The original.
Yeah, because he changed his subject.
25? Yeah, right.
Wait, so the...
Well, I say skip to 25.
Okay. So the second half of the
Wait,
video...
don't skip. No, don't
No?
skip. Don't
Okay.
skip, bro.
Oh. Matt's like, no, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. He's got his mouth under that udder. That drama.
Bro, I want to hear more shit talk towards Justin Whang.
All right.
Tweet was deleted. But since the possibility exists, that was apparently good enough for Justin to accuse Schneider of joke theft.
People have this idea that just because they saw a joke inside of a picture as a caption, that it's suddenly free reign for them to steal it and pass it off as their own. For him to do this hack bullshit, he needs to be called the fuck out.
Justin doesn't give Schneider the benefit of doubt or consider the possibility that two people could have come up with the exact same joke independently. In fact, he feels so strongly about content theft that he's harped on about it in several videos.
Content theft is fucking horseshit. There's just something about, actual content theft that just triggers the fuck out of me. The point is, I fucking can't stand content theft.
So it came as a surprise when I saw this tweet of Justin's not too long ago. It had over 6,000 retweets and 42,000 likes. That's a legitimately viral tweet. Good job, Justin. Except Justin didn't come up with that joke. And the reason I know is because it's actually funny. This joke was written in 2014 by a guy named Jay Branscombe, and it was very popular with over 43,000 shares and 17,000 likes on Facebook alone. So the pre-existence of a much less...
I'm sorry, but I don't take Facebook metrics seriously.
Not only that, but that's it's just an obvious... It's not meant to be stealing. It was just I guess you could call it repackaging a joke, but at the same time, Justin Whang knows about the joke prior. Everyone knows about that joke from 2014. He's just kind of doing it again, kind of reminding everyone about this.
But I get triggered when I hear about Facebook fucking metrics because it's so different to every other social media site because everything just gets fucking squashed. You want to get seen on Facebook, you have to pay up. Even with your own followers, if people like your page, they won't fucking see it unless you pay the piper.
But there's a difference between a comedian stealing, taking a meme and making a joke out of it, and Justin Whang just repurposing another joke just for the laughs. It's not a serious thing. Justin Whang's not a packaged comedian. He's simply a guy who posts memes on Twitter. It's not the same thing.
Oh god, wait till Maddox finds out about Masked Bastard Charles. Fucking loser.
This popular meme was enough for Justin to conclude that Rob Schneider was a joke thief. Then judging by his own criteria, we have to conclude that Justin must have stolen this joke. But still, you might be thinking, well, maybe he didn't see it. Maybe we should give him the benefit of doubt, even though he didn't extend that same courtesy to Rob Schneider. So how likely was it that Justin saw this joke somewhere else before he posted it? Well, it's hard to say, but there was this article about it in the Huffington Post. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nobody reads the Huffington Post, especially not a hard rock and nu metal boy like Justin. But then there was also this article about it in USA Today. Well, sure, maybe Justin didn't see that article.
Nobody reads any of these websites. Nobody in the community is reading any of this shit. I didn't even know I thought the Huffington Post closed down.
Either.
Oh wait, this is back in 2014. Okay. Maybe back then? Sure, alright, I'll give him that. There might have been a few people still reading it back then, but today, nobody is.
But then there was this one from Business Insider, and this one from Hollywood Reporter, and this one from The Guardian, and The LA Times, and The New York Daily News, and Fox 8, and AV Club, and E, and National Post, and WGN, and Daily Mail, and Fox 6, and BuzzFeed, and Express.co.uk, and The Hindu Times, Thought Catalog, ABC 10, The Independent, CTV News, Psychology Today. There have been over 50 articles written about this one joke alone. In fact, it was so popular that it was even covered on a number of news programs.
Steven Spielberg is at the center of a viral photo controversy after an internet humorist posted this photo of the director to Facebook.
So it's just surprising that someone like Justin, in all his years on the internet as an internet historian, somehow missed all these people sharing this original meme. And this news.
That's not what happened. The reason why that joke went so viral was because people started to take it seriously, and there was dumb people being like, holy shit, Steven Spielberg killed a dinosaur. That's what happened. That's why it went so viral. Yeah. And Justin Whang's just kind of reminding people about it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
News program, or any of the more than 50 articles. But what makes it especially difficult to give someone like Justin the benefit of doubt is that he's positioned himself.
I hope he spent an entire day getting all those screenshots of the article, and all day he's just thinking yeah, got him. Fucking got him.
As some kind of meme smith.
I consider myself a bit of a meme smith.
In fact, he was interviewed about the history of memes on one of the most authoritative websites when it comes to memes, and even KnowYourMeme.com literally has an archive of this exact meme. Oops. When it comes to accusing others of stealing jokes, he has an encyclopedic memory of memes, but when it comes to his own joke theft, his memory gets a little foggy.
It's always the most sanctimonious people who are the ones who are guilty of the thing that they claim to be so against.
And what's especially egregious about Justin's hypocrisy is that he has the audacity to complain about how unfair it is when a bigger person steals a smaller person's worth.
The idea that, especially when you're not that big and you're trying to grow, that someone who is much larger than you can take your fucking work and really, without fucking consequence, you'll be forgotten about.
This is Justin's Twitter following. and this is Jay Branscome's. In another Meme Police video, a video series that's totally original and not a ripoff, Justin harps on a guy named Liam Deneen for posting memes to promote himself, and he complains because he doesn't know who he is. Justin also criticized this guy for allegedly stealing content, posting granny memes, and using these memes on his Instagram page to grow his fan base.
But first I go to this Instagram page, and the Instagram page is just the same fucking memes that are on his Facebook page. He's just some dude that's become wildly popular for posting really bad fucking memes.
So it came as a surprise when I looked at Justin's Instagram page and saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of memes that Justin has posted without credit or attribution. Now, I get it, it's sometimes very difficult, if not impossible, to track down the source of every meme you see, let alone—
Oh, you got him, Maddox. That's it. Case closed. He's an asshole. He's a hypocrite! He posts memes and he complained about other people posting memes. Is that what I just heard?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, fuck Justin Whang. Unfollow me, Justin, you fucking... Oh, I was gonna say slur.
I try my best, but I'm sure there's stuff I've missed. Justin, however, is the self-appointed meme police, and he keeps harping on and on about how much he hates content theft. So it comes as a surprise that he calls out so many other people while seemingly doing the exact same thing. Even Liam Deneen posts sources and credits on some of his memes, but not Justin. He rarely credits any of his memes on his Instagram account. Among the thousands he's posted, he doesn't even credit ones that are easy to find. Then he has the audacity to criticize people for posting granny memes while posting memes like this, and this, and this, which is literally a granny meme. But Justin's hypocrisy doesn't end there, because he also criticizes people for posting jokes that are too similar to ones they already posted.
You ever have that corny friend that they'll try to make jokes all the fucking time and nobody laughs, except for maybe one time a fucking year they say something actually funny, everyone laughs, and then they try to capitalize on it. They can't let it die. They gotta make another version of the same fucking joke.
But there are dozens of examples of him posting the same joke repeatedly on his Instagram account. Sometimes he posts the exact same one with slight variations over and over and over again.
Can you say that again?
This is so autistic, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted you to say it again in case you were drowned out by the music.
In fact, sometimes he even posts the exact same meme twice, just a few months apart. Of course, both times without credit.
Well, I consider myself a bit of a meme smith.
Look, I get it. Memes are ubiquitous, and almost everyone posts them from time to time, myself included. It's hard to track down every single meme, and I'm sure I've posted a few without proper attribution, but I do my best, and I post credits whenever I can. But it's a different story when you harangue other people for doing it when you're doing the exact same thing. In recent years, some big Instagram accounts have been accused of plagiarism for using memes to grow their audiences without giving credit to the creators. Justin's done the same thing. He's not just some kid sharing memes on the internet. He's a—
Oh, thank you for subscribing. Hang on, let me get that name. Fuck, it's gone. Oh, sorry, go, Matt. I'll get that.
I think Wang's growth was mostly due to his YouTube. I don't think posting memes on Instagram really helps him that much.
Yeah, no. I agree. It's entirely YouTube.
I agree.
amassed over 75,000 followers on Instagram alone without giving many of these creators proper credit. Now you might be thinking, but Maddox, they're just memes, so what? And you're right, it wouldn't matter so much, except he's promoting his brand and merchandise alongside these memes, so he's making money using other people's content. You would think that—
Oh, that's right. Maddox hates it when people make money. Like, unless it's... Because he bragged for years at the beginning of his website. He's like, you know, I never put ads on my website. I could have had millions of dollars, but I didn't put any ads. It's like, that's nothing to brag about, dude. That's retarded.
I'm poor.
I don't have a car.
My girlfriend left me for Dick Masterson.
What?
Isn't that what happened? My girlfriend left me for Dick Masterson.
No, she didn't leave him for him. She had already been split up for like 3 years.
It's funnier that way.
I know it's funnier, but I gotta be fair here. I can't go spreading false. Sued. Yeah, I'm not gonna get sued. He would do that. He's like, Your Honor, this man has gone on the internet and said that my ex-girlfriend left me for this man when there was clearly 3 years of separation, but I was still just as heartbroken as if she'd left me the day before.
Yeah.
Himself as the meme police and is doing interviews on meme websites would hold—
Oh yeah, Brady-O Activity. Thank you for subscribing.
Himself to a higher standard. I wonder if he's ever said anything about people who grandstand and act morally superior while doing the exact same thing.
You don't get to grandstand, act like you're morally superior to someone. Meanwhile, you're basically doing the same fucking thing that they did.
On September 10th, 2017, Justin finally made his first relative—
He's doing though as well? He's doing the same thing. He's literally doing the same thing.
Hang on, I need a screenshot of that. That's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Successful video, and it was successful because it had nothing to do with him. It was about some supposed drama between H3H3 and Sam Hyde.
Oh, so if you get popular off this video, Maddox, well, regain your popularity, sorry. Would that be because it's of Justin Whang? Similarly to you accusing him of getting popular off Sam Hyde? We all just became Minecraft villagers.
It was, in his own words, the most growth he'd seen on his own channel in a single month.
That shit was amazing for my channel. This is probably the most growth I've ever had in a single fucking month.
But the problem with drama is that once you get a taste of that sweet drama juice, it becomes addictive. You either have to keep finding drama or making it to feed the content beast. As soon as someone draws a little blood, all the rats come out, and it's fucking disgusting because all these fucking people are grasping at straws. But don't take my word for it. Those are literally Justin's words.
As soon as someone draws a little bit of blood, all...
Thank you for the $2, Mad says, can I borrow Matt's leg to bash Baldy? Thanks. Mad said it, not
He's
me.
gonna go back into his gopher hole.
Sorry, what was that, Matt?
He's gonna go back into his gopher hole if you try to bash him.
All the rats come out. We all need that sweet drama juice to drive our channels. I could see why the drama juice is so fucking addictive, but it's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting because all these fucking people now, they're grasping at straws.
You're talking about yourself. You're talking about yourself, you astounding hypocrite. He even said it again in another video in a moment of mind-numbing lack of self-awareness.
Guys, I think Maddox might hate Justin Whang.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the vibe I'm getting
why.
here.
Now you're starved for content. You got a big growing fan base, and you're chasing those fucking likes. You need to feed the content beast. That's fucking sick.
Now remember that clip because I'll be referencing it later. Once he exploited the drama for all it was worth, he turned his attention to Tales from the Internet, a series where he delves into popular events and people online. So another series where it's popular not because of him, but in spite of him. One of his most popular videos is about the Max Headroom incident from the 80s, where someone jammed a signal of a TV broadcast in Chicago. That much is fairly common knowledge. But what isn't common knowledge is all the detail Justin goes into. He cites specific names,
Chuck Swirsky, John McDougal, Captain Midnight,
dates,
October of 2015, 2010,
call letters,
WGN TV, WTTW TV,
an ad campaign,
the new Coke.
That's the way. Coke.
and even seemed to recognize the theme song to an old cartoon from the late 1950s.
Note that the song he's singing here is a theme
Okay, so he's doing research. What's wrong with that?
Right.
Is he gonna? There better be a point to this.
song from an old cartoon called Clutch Cargo.
Because if I was a judge in a court of law and I was hearing this, I'd be like, this is fucking filibuster. Get to the point.
The only thing Justin doesn't cite are sources.
I'm gonna throw you out of my court.
At least for the first 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the video. While Justin does use news clips at the start of his video, those clips are over 30 years old. So the only way he could have known that those clips existed was if he read someone else's research. Well, you might be thinking that maybe Justin might have just known this information from memory. Except this incident occurred in 1987, and according to this website, Justin was born in 1984, which means that he was just 3 years old when it happened. So that means either Justin was able to remember—
Okay, Maddox, so what about the YouTubers that have dedicated their entire channels to the Titanic, which happened 111 years ago? What about those YouTubers? Does that mean they can't fucking do videos on the Titanic? Who got really lucky, by the way, a few months ago. There's channels that have been doing it for years, and then fucking that submarine thing happened, and then their channels all just blew up. They're like, oh, wow. Does that make them shitty people that they exploited views off those people's deaths?
Remember all those names, dates, and times 30 years later to make a video about it? Or—
Oh, thanks for the $8, Liana. Can I borrow Matt's leg for personal reasons?
Okay.
Cool.
that he's a
Moving
plagiarist.
right along.
Plagiarism is when you present someone else's work, ideas, or research as your own. According to evidence explained, this includes changing a few words, changing the sentence structure, or using synonyms, like he did with meme police. Most of Justin's video is full of research that he didn't come up with. Now you might be thinking that some of these are basic facts, and they are. For instance, we know that an incident occurred, but most—
Okay, going back to the Titanic people, research that he didn't come up with. Does that mean that the Titanic YouTubers actually have to go down to the Titanic to do their fucking research on the Titanic themselves? Or, like, they're not allowed to rely off other people's shit?
people wouldn't be able to recognize specific details like the theme song that was hummed from an obscure cartoon from the 1950s. Someone else did that research and put all those pieces together, and it sure as shit wasn't Justin. For most of the video, Justin rattles off details about the event, giving the impression that his video is very well researched. And it is, just not by him. Since there have been dozens of articles and videos made about this over the years, it's hard to tell exactly which he used since he doesn't credit most of his sources. For example, there are sections in Justin's video that seem to lift exact quotes and in the exact same sequence as a WFLD broadcast by Jack Conity.
And this time there was audio.
By this time, the pirate had managed to insert audio.
Now you might be wondering, aren't these just basic facts? Wouldn't everyone report them the exact same way? No. In fact, here are 4 different broadcasts covering the same event, focusing on different observations, details, and phrasing, because none of them were plagiarized, unlike Justin's. Other than this newscast, most of Justin's video seems cobbled together using bits and pieces of different articles written by other people that he only credits one time, despite the fact that he uses huge chunks of it for his video. For example, this article by Chris Nittell seems to be his primary source.
It's a theme song from an old cartoon called Clutch Cargo.
And at one point, he even used the exact same footage from a commercial that was referenced in the article.
At the time of this hack, the real Max Headroom was the spokesperson for the new Coke.
That's the way. Coke.
I found 4 different Coke commercials that Justin could have used to make his point, but he lazily didn't do his research and just used Chris's work without giving him credit. Finally, after 4 minutes and 10 seconds of Justin pilfering research—
It's just easier to edit that way. It doesn't negate the point or the research, does it?
Yeah, no, it makes no sense to me. The way he's going about this is completely ridiculous. By the way, I want to point something out. He's saying that most of his content is more the information and not Justin Whang, in the sense that no one's watching that content for Justin Whang, just for the information, I've purposefully avoided watching Justin Whang's content for like 2 years now, so I can binge it. That's why I'm going to eventually binge a bunch of his content.
Yeah.
Because I like the channel so much.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
From this article, he finally cites his source, but that doesn't happen until after he's already used much of it earlier in the video without credit, and even then, he only cites it for a small portion, giving the impression that everything that came before it was his original research when it wasn't.
According to Vice Motherboard, the Eric Fournier theory is as follows.
So you might be wondering, why does any of this matter? Well, it's because plagiarism is theft, and for a guy who supposedly hates content theft so much, he sure does seem to do a lot of it. But maybe the reason Justin doesn't cite his source is because if he did, his video would sound like this.
According to Vice Motherboard, the anchor, Dan Roan, had this to say. According to Vice Motherboard, Real Max Headroom was the spokesperson. According to Vice Motherboard, the song he's singing here is the theme song.
The guy who wrote this article did all the hard work of tracking down interviews, trawling through archive footage, and he even filed a Freedom of Information request through the FBI. Justin then came along and skimmed off the top of his work for a shitty YouTube video where he even got some major facts wrong. At one point in his video, Justin flat out lies.
30 plus years later, he still hasn't been caught, but there are a few suspects.
No, there are not.
The real smoking gun in this case.
There is no smoking gun in this case because there is no case. There are no leads, there are no suspects, none, period. The person who did this is still at large, end of story. For over 10 minutes in his video, Justin casually implicates innocent people of crimes with penalties of up to $100,000 and a year in prison. This includes one guy who not only had the inability to pull this off, but he wasn't even able to defend himself because he's dead.
Eric himself isn't able to deny this theory as he passed away in 2010. According to Vice Motherboard.
For the last 7 minutes of the video, Justin reads a Reddit article where someone mistakenly thought the culprit was someone he met at a party, but it turns out he was wrong. Justin inexplicably decided to include this in his video anyway, despite the fact that the very Reddit post he's reading from has an update stating very clearly that these people are officially eliminated as suspects. But instead of omitting this bogus lead, Justin decided to keep it in and incredulously glossed over the fact that they've been cleared, almost like it's an afterthought at the end of his video.
If the information they gained.
So hang on, were they cleared before Justin Whang's video, or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is true and J and K can't possibly be the suspects.
Of course, saying that they're a suspect makes the video sound more exciting, like there's an active case with leads, clues, and evidence, and that the culprit could be caught any day now. But unfortunately, none of that is true. This video is misleading and irresponsible. This entire 10-minute section of Justin's video could have been boiled down to this. So, turned out they weren't the guys. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe for new videos every. Since Justin didn't credit most of his sources, I tracked down as many as I could and listed them here. As for the news footage used in Justin's video, he doesn't explicitly credit the website. The watermark was added by the Museum of Classic Chicago Television, and it's the source for most of his news footage, but Justin doesn't even link to them from the video description. Fuzzy Memories is run by volunteers who tirelessly archive lost footage from old VHS tapes, and they deserve some credit for their hard work, including the footage I used in this video. Since Justin didn't link to them, I will. You can support them here. Perhaps another reason Justin didn't credit all his sources is because if he did, we'd see that
Thanks, Maddox. How many seconds was that? Like a couple of seconds?
VHS tape content. If you isolate
redeemed
just the parts where Justin talks without using other people's content, it's only 2 minutes and
he's just undone all the damage Justin Whang did with that 2 seconds. 22 minutes into the video.
Seconds of his 13-minute video of his own original content. And that's being generous because I included the time he spent plugging his channel at the end. So nearly 11 minutes of his 13-minute video are other people's content. These truly are tales from the internet. Since most of Justin's video consists of other people's content, I've decided to make a template video that anyone can use to make your very own tales from the internet videos. And yes, this is real. Just replace the parts where Justin is talking, which isn't much, and you can use the rest of his video almost verbatim because it's not his content. If he's going to use other people's content, you can too. Except I provided sources for you to use, so it's not plagiarized. Link is in the description. Send me your videos and I'll shout out the best ones. And in case you're wondering, this wasn't just a shitty video I cherry-picked from his library. This kind of hacky bullshit is all over his channel. For example, in another Tales from the Internet, he tries to find out who made the Italian version of an anime theme song. And of course, it's chock full of more plagiarism. For example, watch Justin's eyeline carefully around the 7-minute and 54-second mark.
Oh, hang on. I want to say this in normal speed. Because it's probably going to be like a millisecond.
Agifotonichi is an Italian band that specializes in covers of cartoon theme songs.
Did you catch it?
Why do you look down? No? What?
Here it is again in case you missed it.
Cartoon theme songs. Cartoon theme songs.
What?
Nice edit. Hey, let's play a quick game. I want you to guess what Justin is looking down at this point in the video. Is it A, his own original script that he wrote after doing tireless research and becoming deeply familiar with the subject matter so that he was able to paraphrase and share his own original thoughts and findings with you? Or B, some shit he plagiarized from a post he found on Reddit? If you guessed A, you are absolutely incorrect, you fucking idiot. Of course it's B. You should have guessed that based on the content in the rest of this video.
Okay, but how would you know that? Does he show what's down there on the desk? No.
No.
It's speculation.
Justin plagiarized.
Get out of my courtroom. That's fucking. You're just speculating with 24 minutes. It's speculation!
Verbatim.
Agifotonichi is an Italian band that specializes in covers of cartoon theme songs. In 2007, they released an album called Gente di Cartunia. The 4th track on this album was a cover of Lamu's theme song.
The account for the person in the original thread was deleted, so I looked up an archive to find out it was written by a Reddit user named Risa Paisarum. This person did all the hard work of not just summarizing the information from a thread in a different forum, but then translating it from Italian, not Justin. It took me just a few minutes of research to find this, and I couldn't care less about this dorklord anime bullshit. I literally did more research on this part of the video than Justin. That's research he should have done, but didn't. Instead, he plagiarized this post almost beat for beat for this entire video.
Before him, Mirko had hoped that laying claim to the song would cause its true creator to come.
Sorry, what?
You can't fucking plagiarize a Reddit post. The video is called Tales from the Internet, meaning he's telling the tales that were made famous on the internet. So of course they're going to be on Reddit posts, they're going to be in articles, they're going to be all this stuff, and he conveys a summary of it for a video. That's what Tales from the Internet is. And like he's splitting hairs.
Yep.
About hiding. Constantino's lawyer got involved and said that the song was already a part of the show from Colonia 1.
Also, how old is that video of him coughing there? Because, like, coughing in videos, I'm going to sound old now. I'm going to feel old. But wasn't that a style at the time perpetuated by H3? Because remember H3 would cough a lot in his videos and he'd leave that in and, like, be part of it.
Yeah, it was probably around that time.
Yeah, it was like a segue and a lot of people did it.
In Poland. This is a Polish TV station that was founded by Italians and often runs the Italian versions of anime. Furthermore, anime fans from Poland said that the show never aired over there.
And it's not just old videos either. Here's a relatively recent sponsored video he made where he seems to lift huge chunks of it from a Medium article. So he's making money off of other people's content. I've only included a few examples, but there's a lot.
In 2006, the Tobu Zoo completed their new penguin enclosure, Grape-kun and Midori being among the penguins making the move. It's possible that this was because when he was taken away, they had believed he had died.
So by now you're probably wondering, why am I going after this guy so hard? After all,
That wasn't word for word. That was paraphrasing.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was paraphrased. Yes, which is you can do that.
You can. Yeah.
This is when things get interesting.
After other YouTubers like this, my targets are usually children and animals. So why am I going after Justin? Well, it's because Justin went after me. Buckle up, because this video is about to take a very strange turn. There's another side to Justin that most people don't
fucking drop. Because Justin went after me.
know about, not that most people even know about any side to Justin. But it's
from this moment, this is what I've been wanting Maddox to do for years. Let's just go, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to start swimming. Because, like, with the LOL suit and stuff, which I think he mentions in this video, he wouldn't acknowledge it for ages. And he just wouldn't take any swing. He did it all in the courtroom. And I was like, no, Maddox, make a video, come on.
One where he tries to cancel and deplatform people he doesn't like. And he's even gone so far as to get them removed from speaking engagements. And I know this about him because he's done it to me. Justin is part of an online group.
He fucking got Dick removed from a live venue. Like, Dick was going to do a live show, and Maddox called up and was like, oh, this guy's awful. He's a right-wing, blah, 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 blah. And then the venue called Dick, and they were like, yeah, no, sorry, we can't have you in our venue doing your show.
Yeah.
Who harasses, stalks,
fucking
coordinates
hypocrite
attacks against people using Facebook, Reddit, Discord, and IRC, and I'm one of their primary targets. This group is run by an obsessed stalker who's been waging a smear campaign against me and others for years, and since Justin can't resist jumping on every pissant drama bandwagon that comes along, he joined this mob like many others before it. Except this time, Justin didn't just stand by as an idle observer, which would be bad enough. He became an active participant in this harassment campaign and personally went after my livelihood. Here's one of the posts that Justin made in this group where he was actively looking for my sources of income, and then he found one of my speaking engagements, or in his words, one of the workshops that keep the lights on at MADDOX. He then pointed the harassment mob to this panel, posted a link to it in their Facebook group, tweeted directly at them multiple times, and then as if that wasn't scummy enough, he even posted the names of the panelists and organizers of the event, making it easier for the group to harass them. And after he pointed this mob to this event, they of course spammed the organizers with threats, smears, and harassment, and I was removed from the panel.
Based.
Good job, dipshit. Maybe if Justin put as much work into his videos as he did trying to cancel people, they wouldn't be so shitty. And if you're wondering what kind of smears this group has been spreading about me, here's a small sample of the slander. Someone from this group created a fake Twitter account with a fake rape allegation against me. They even used pictures of an innocent girl they found on Instagram who wasn't even aware her pictures.
Wait, so someone that's fucking Heather. That's Heather S. They're making reference to the Heather S. thing where Maddox made a fake woman and got Astereos fired, and now it's happening back to
So that happened. Maddox made a fake woman and got Astereos fired.
Yeah. He like rang up. I don't want to get this fucking wrong now. Like, I'm paraphrasing, Maddox, if that's okay. I'm remembering
Do you go into that in your video?
I kind of touched on it, and then ironically,
I said a video on the Astereos stuff.
Kind of, not Astereos.
Because this is my issue, right? Is I don't know the full. Because he's spoiler. He's about to go into Astereos.
Yeah.
So my thing is, right, I don't know Astereos that well other than a co-host on Drunken Peasants every now and then. So he could be completely crazy for all I know. but I would. Is there any kind of like video on Astereos or anything of that nature?
Not that I know of. There's nothing like Astereos.
I know
entirely. Like Astereos just pops up in a lot of the videos about the whole situation. So what I was going to say was that I only touched on Heather, but ironically enough in my video I said, here's a whole video by Justin Whang about Heather S that he covered at the time. And I'm pretty sure he goes into Astereos in that one. And that might be why someone in that comment was like, this is now libel. I was pointing to Justin Whang. Like, the whole thing's a mess.
Were being used like this. Then they created a false rape allegation using this fake profile and even claimed this fictional person sent me pictures of her pregnancy test after
So this
her
is
rape.
a meme. This is a joke.
Yeah.
This is a complete meme. It's not serious at all. And what's his name Maddox is taking this completely seriously.
Yeah, because he's a boomer now. He's a boomer now.
Right.
So wait, do you think? Because I saw that immediately. As soon as I saw Heather Smith, I think Heather S, which is that fake.
I don't know the lore.
Do you
like
think
you
Maddox? But do you think Maddox missed that? Has completely missed that, and he's like, "Oh, look at this fake."
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Is that possible?
It's either that or he's purposefully doing it.
Purposely ignoring it.
Yeah.
That she had to get an abortion. Remember that clip I played earlier where Justin said it's always the most sanctimonious people who are guilty of the thing they claim to be so against? That clip was from a video where he talks about an activist group that outed people in the hardcore music scene. Justin criticized that group because at one point they went from just going after people who were abusive to actively seeking victims.
It'd be even funnier, I mean, it's pixelated so you can't see it, but it'd be even funnier if it was a picture of Maddox with the woman filter, and Maddox is like, look, they've taken the picture of a completely innocent woman!
As a punitive measure against bands they didn't like by saying they needed more victims.
As much as people have called all the other Me Too stories witch hunts and shit like that, this is some next level shit when you put out a post saying need more victims.
Well, this mob did the exact same thing using this fake account. They even went a step further from just looking for victims that don't exist to creating one with a fake rape allegation, which is a crime, and then they even tweeted it to people I'm associated with using the Me Too hashtag. This is among the most repugnant shit I've ever seen on the internet. Besides the slander itself, which is damaging in its own right, this kind of fake horse shit hurts actual rape victims, casting doubt into legitimate claims of rape and sexual assault. This is the kind of shit I've been dealing with from this group for years now, and when it's called out, they always lie, shift blame, and deny it was their group. But it's always the same group of people. How do I know? Because I've blocked most of them on Twitter, including Justin. And since most of them follow each other, and they're the only group of people I consistently block, I can tell at a glance when it's their group because all I have to do—
Oh yeah, I knew he did this. He showed— oh no.
is look at who they're following, and it's the same people from the group that Justin's a part of, taking part in the same smear campaign like—
So this is who Heather Smith is following, and Maddox has blocked a lot of them. So you got—
yes.
You got Peach Saliva, who I think was like a Dick Show contributor. Lakembra there, who's part of Hard Men Working Hard, the band that we played at the beginning of the show, and that's them down there as well. Fuck, Larry Show rings a bell. Don't know.
Like always.
Oh, Waterboy. He did the theme song for Dick Show. He also did the theme song for this stream.
This is the story of how gullible dipshits like Justin can get caught up in online mobs fueled by hatred, lies, and gossip.
And Waterboy and Maddox like really went at it in DMs a few years ago. I'm pretty sure that's where the meme of Maddox saying, I'm calling the police, I'm pretty sure that was a DM to
Except this time, Justin got way too involved and crossed the line that he shouldn't have. So how did Justin get involved in all of this? Well, unfortunately, Justin has a rare medical condition called ITM-HOFB, or inability—
Leia something says, this is like Tipster complaining about commentary. Guys in the chat, who would you rather fuck, Maddox or Tipster? Gun to your head. Who would you rather on top of you
why
sweating?
Just guys in the chat, Mitch?
I didn't mean the guy. Fuck you, I meant in general. I meant in general. That was not towards any specific gender. Fuck, that was a great catch. Fuck you.
ability to mind his own fucking business. Since Justin has this disease and is apparently unable to mind his own fucking business, when he came across the smear campaign, he couldn't resist joining the mob and personally going after me, even though I hadn't done anything to him. He not only got involved in the smear campaign, but at one point he ingratiated himself with one of the two main ringleaders of—
oh, there it is. That's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah. This harassment campaign, and former moderators of this group, a guy by the name of Astereos Kokonos. In fact, at one point, Justin even became friends with his former moderator, a person who I eventually ended up having to take to court. So by now you're probably wondering—
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to take him to court.
Why did I have
to
take this
person? See, this is why— well, see, this is— he's going to explain a lot about Astereos here. And see, I'm not familiar with the guy at all. So I'm interested to hear your perspective on this, since you've kept up with this.
Okay. What would you like to know?
Just press play, and we'll go over it beat by beat.
Court. I took him to court for fraud. This is a screenshot of an advertisement he purchased claiming to represent me and my company. fraudulently published these false and misleading claims and targeted them directly at me and my fans. He boasted about his harassment campaign on a website.
Oh, base. So he took out an ad on Reddit and like targeted Maddox's fans, telling them
You
what
don't
he'd
know
been up
this?
to. Oh, vaguely rings a bell.
Called Kiwi Farms, which is a forum dedicated to stalking, doxing, and harassment. Astereos, a guy who calls himself the good boy of comedy, regularly posted on the forums where they doxed my home address and had some choice words to say about me. Why would the good boy of comedy be posting on a hate site like this? That's weird. He paid for this target.
Wait, Maddox doxed him, or he posted on a site that
No, he's
doxed
saying
him?
so. He's doing the Keffels argument. So,
Sorry, Astereos doxed him. I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
he's doing the Keffels argument.
Guilty
He's
by
saying
association.
Astereos is typing in on or is sending stuff on Kiwi Farms and saying stuff on Kiwi Farms. He's now interacting with people that dox him. Keffels did the same thing to Flamenco.
Okay.
Harassment campaign after I blocked him on social media, and he did it specifically to hurt my book sales. And if you have any doubt, he said it himself. What I'm about to tell you is the story of what should have been a private disagreement that spiraled way out of control and led to some random guy I met years ago in a comedy club in LA becoming obsessed with me, which resulted in a lawsuit where I
Okay, hang on. Was that before or after you took him to court, Matt? Or was that why you took him to court?
sued him, his partners, and his
Fucking
company to get him to leave me the fuck alone. So you might be wondering, who is this guy and how did we get involved? Well, he's a copywriter and an amateur comedian who considers himself a male feminist. He virtue signals about defending women's rights, working with female comedians, and how it's never okay to reduce people to their basest elements. Wow, what a hero. That is, of course, when he's not busy banning cunts on Facebook.
More of that, Maddox. Get more of that, because you yourself were kind of like that. You were becoming like male fucking feminist, and you fucking disavowed a lot of your old jokes. You were like, oh, I'm really sorry that I made all those rape jokes. Yeah.
So, oh yeah. I was gonna ask you, is Maddox is kind of like the same, right?
Yeah. If not worse. Like, he was trying to break into Hollywood, so he was like disavowing all these edgy jokes, and then it hasn't worked. He hasn't broken into the Hollywood system. So what you need to do, Maddox, I'm going to give you some free advice. Steer more into this. Fuck yeah. Fucking go after them male feminists and fucking shit on them. Like, you need to be the old, skinny, bald American version of Isaac Butterfield. That's what you need to do. Go watch Isaac Butterfield. Take inspiration from him, and yeah, you will do numbers.
And if the trend with outspoken male feminists is any indication, that should be a huge red flag. I wonder if Justin has ever said anything about male feminists. And of course he has, because Justin never misses an opportunity to be a hypocrite. He has a huge problem with male feminists, unless, of course, they're his friends. But back to Astereos for a minute. So you might be wondering, how did I cross paths with this guy? Well, the very short version is I met him.
Hassan?
Huh?
Go back. Who was that? Was that Hassan?
No,
that was Astereos.
I barely saw it.
It was Astereos.
Oh, jeez.
How did I cross paths with this guy?
Goodness.
Well, the very short version is I met him late one
Exactly.
night after a comedy show in Los Angeles. He seemed like a friendly guy at first and wanted to promote some of his comedy, so I invited him on my podcast. But we had a falling out when I found out he talks behind people's backs. And that seems to be a pattern with him because he's had a falling out with 3 different co-hosts on 3 different podcasts.
Hey, Matt, you ever spoken to someone that I don't like without me knowing?
Yes.
Oh, you fucking asshole. That's it. We're done. Don't ever fucking speak to me again. I've done the same to you, by the way. Like, probably 10 times more than you have.
you actually made a habit of doing that for a little while.
Who said I stopped?
Right?
Maybe I just got better at hiding it. Maybe I just got better at, like, you know what? I'm going to just shut my mouth.
Exactly.
See you in court, asshole.
And there's even a 4th one he got fired from that's not even public knowledge, but maybe I'm the problem. So I called him out for being two-faced when I caught him talking behind his friend's back. Here's a small sample of the things he'd say about one of his supposed close friends behind his back in private, but then he'd go off the next day and pretend like they were good friends in public. When I catch someone being two-faced, I cut ties with them because they'll eventually do it to you. So I called him out on it, and that should have been the end of it. Except it wasn't. There's more to this conversation that I'll get to in a minute, but what happened next was insane. Astereos started harassing me, my friends, my sponsors, and even my guests on my podcast, all while playing the victim. He's extremely good at making himself out to be a victim and accusing others of doing exactly what he's accusing them of. For example, here's a DM conversation he had with one of my sponsors after harassing them on Twitter and implying that they committed fraud, even after I took him to court for this type of harassment. He would obsessively write hundreds and hundreds of posts about me on Reddit and Twitter.
Is any of this, like, is there any defense to this, Mitch, that you know
of? No.
Does any of this sound familiar to you?
You're supposed to be the fucking
targeted
Dick
ad thing,
Masterson
dude.
guy.
This isn't Dick Masterson.
Yeah, but this is a huge part of the lore. I thought you knew a lot about this.
Well, I haven't obviously heard Maddox's side before. He's never come out with it. Until
Yeah,
now.
What's Astereos' side is what I'm asking you.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him targeting ads in like Maddox's fans to tell them.
Was
about
Maddox
what
doing that to them?
No, Maddox was pretending to be a woman and calling up Astereos' work and saying that he was like an asshole and doing all this shit online, and that she was a reporter for a news thing or something. Yeah. There's a reason why I pointed to Justin Whang's video in my video, because I didn't want to fucking dive too deep into the Heather S thing, because it's fucking bullshit.
Facebook and various other
Thanks, Paradox.
places online.
Does Whang talk about Astereos in that video?
I think he does, yes. And then he got him fired.
Okay.
Yes.
Point even sent me spam from his mailing list. In short, he became obsessed with me, and at one point he even asked his girlfriend to watch my live streams to keep tabs on me.
A full? You don't want to listen? All right, I love you, honey. Can you tell me what's happening with Maddox? Can you watch it and tell me?
He even followed me around online and left comments on YouTube videos if I so much as had an appearance in one. And part of the reason he seemed to be doing this was for money, because just about everywhere he went,
Oh, there it is again. Maddox really hates when people make money on the internet, because he's from the 90s when nobody made money on the internet, and Maddox hasn't really caught up since the 90s.
He'd spam links to his Patreon account, which is definitely against their terms of service.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize Whang made like 5 videos on Maddox.
Thanks for
Holy
being a
shit.
sponsor for a month, Weed Collar Guy. He says, telling your fantasies about Daddy Matt counts. I don't know what that means. What? Sorry, what'd you say, Matt?
I said I didn't realize Whang made like 5 videos on Maddox.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a whole series.
But Patreon doesn't enforce their rules consistently, and that's a whole other story. At one point, he started combing through my website to find something problematic I'd written 20 years ago, and even contacted a comedy theater I performed at to try to get me canceled there. Except he got the theater wrong and messaged someplace in Brooklyn I'd never been to or even heard of. Maybe that's why he's friends with Justin, because apparently they're both bad at research. And as if trying to cancel me wasn't bad enough, at one point after months of smearing me publicly, he even encouraged his followers to review my podcast and even shared instructions on how to create an iTunes account without using a credit card, which is a way for people to write fake and duplicate negative reviews. And it's worth noting.
Thanks for being a member for 1 month, Niall. Rest in piss, Michael Demented Maddox is lame. Thank you.
So none of this is weird to you? Like what Astereos is doing?
It's shitty, but like that's brigading, isn't it? Fucking getting people to go hate review on iTunes. But I mean, at the same time, you get engagement. Oh no, I think iTunes is different to YouTube. Sorry. YouTube, if you get dislikes, it doesn't matter. Like YouTube treats it all like as engagement, and it helps you. But I think with iTunes, like if you get voted down, you won't be seen as much. I mean, it's shitty. I'm not gonna defend shittiness.
This happened long before any lawsuits were filed. So you might be thinking, gee, Maddox, what did you do to this guy? Did you go after him and encourage a mob to try to destroy his podcast and products with negative reviews? No, actually, I haven't done anything like that to him. So you might be thinking, well...
Yeah, because nobody follows you. You don't have that pull.
Maybe this has been a back and forth feud. Surely if he's been talking about me this much, I must have responded to at least some of his countless smears and comments about me, right? Nope. In fact, until this video, I haven't even mentioned this guy in public in over 5 years. And I mean that literally, while he ran his mouth constantly on Twitter.
Again, this is what I was just begging Maddox to do. Like, please just come out and just fucking do it.
Twitter, the number of tweets I made about him are 0. The number of Facebook posts I made about him, 0. The number of times I mentioned him on my podcast, 0. I haven't attacked him or even mentioned him in public anywhere on any platform, nor have I asked or encouraged any of my fans to attack him in public or private in any capacity, not once, ever, period. So if I wasn't doing anything to this guy, why was he on the attack? Well, you saw one possible explanation earlier, money. He not only spammed his Patreon...
Chat's asking, Darcy Evans is asking, what has this got to do with Whang? Suspect it's what you were saying, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just to get people into the video. And then
it's a video about to use Whang in the title, talk about him a bit for the first 20 minutes, and then go right into Astereos.
Yeah, it's a bait and switch.
Like what? Yeah. So my thing is it possible that Astereos was also insane in this situation? I don't know anything about Astereos. That's why I was like hoping to talk to you about this, but I'm realizing you don't know anything about the guy.
Astereos has gone really quiet in the last few years. He just does his podcast with his girlfriend. He had one with Mumkey Jones, and it was fucking awesome. But then they kind of stopped that after 25 episodes, and then Astereos kind of wanted to get away from all this shit and just do normie podcasting with his girlfriend. And it sucks. Which is really sad because I thought Astereos was a funny dude.
What got up Maddox's ass to do this now? What happened?
Don't know. He just
Okay.
maybe it took half a decade to edit. It is an hour long.
With the smear campaign, his friends and followers even went to my personal website and spammed links to his Patreon constantly on his behalf. But there was only one problem. If I wasn't responding or doing anything to him, how could he justify his continued attacks? Well, he came up with a perfect explanation. He accused me of conducting a shadow war and engaging in a whisper campaign where I allegedly went around Los Angeles whispering things about him and his friends, which is bizarre because I promise you, there is nothing I can whisper about this guy that's worse than the things I put in this video, which are just things he's actually done. Accusing someone of a shadow war is the perfect allegation to make when you don't have any evidence to back up your claims. If anyone asked for proof, he could simply say, oh, it was all part of the shadow war, so by definition, there was no proof. This is some of the most delusional, psychotic bullshit I've ever seen. He accused me of all sorts of things where I literally had no fucking idea what he was even talking about, and of course, all without any evidence. He even accused me of creating alternate Twitter accounts and downvoting his YouTube videos like I don't have anything better to do than to downvote videos on some random guy's YouTube channel who I met in a comedy club over half a fucking decade ago.
This is just now LA drama, isn't it? It's fucking all in LA, Hollywood. Oh, you whispered about me.
Yeah,
you say things about
sounds
me.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. People outside of Hollywood don't care about Hollywood and really would prefer if it burned down.
Again, all of these allegations without a single shred of evidence. But unfortunately, if you repeat a false claim enough, no matter how ridiculous that claim is, eventually someone gullible enough will not only believe it, but they'll go so far as to attack the person on your behalf. And that's exactly what happened. So you might be wondering, what kind of gullible dipshit would not only believe a false claim about another person without evidence, but then make it their business and attack them for it? Enter Justin Whang. Justin typifies this idiotic mob mentality that has overtaken the entire internet because Justin Whang is a fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Really, he's stupid.
Really, I'm stupid.
Some of you may realize this already, but some of you may just be learning this fact.
I'm sure some of you guys realize this already, but I'm just fucking learning this fact.
As you saw earlier in this video, Justin Whang loves to go down rabbit holes of pissant drama he finds on the internet, except this time he went way too far. I almost feel bad for Justin because he obviously got manipulated by bad actors with malicious and financial motives who took advantage of some very gullible people. But Justin wasn't the only person duped. At one point, Astereos asked one of his stalker buddies, a former fan of mine named Astereos Lozano, to share my private conversations with him.
Is that Waterboy he's talking about? No.
Yeah, as a Waterboy.
Doctored up conversations.
Go back.
Took advantage of some very gullible people. But Justin wasn't the only person duped. At one point, Astereos asked one of his stalker buddies, a former fan of mine named Astereos Lozano, to share my private
Pause. Hi, Asteros. I was just thinking about you earlier. Asteros, Waterboy. Still faring well. So, what's this conversation?
Little links from the Dick Show are all dead. Sure thing. Well, I'm a supporter of Patreon Astereos, but he's covered that part. Waterboy, I can't say, but trust me, I need it for a very funny reason, and I can pay you for your time in 80 Dickles, which I think is Dick Show currency, which is probably, I think, is a parody of MADDOX, which was Maddox's currency. So basically, paying him nothing. Either nothing or $80.
But that's the guy, Waterboy.
Yeah, that is Waterboy.
Conversations with him. Astereos then took these doctored up conversations and used them to buy.
Can you go back for a second? Can you go back? I was reading the note. Go back, like 2 seconds, Mitch.
I am.
Mitch, if you hit the left arrow, it goes back like 5 seconds.
I do. It goes back 10 seconds, and then we gotta wait.
Visited me on set while I was filming in 2016 and acted like a friend so he could get private conversations that he leaked as part of this harassment campaign. I blocked him when I found out, but he continued to stalk and harass me, my friends, and acquaintances for years afterwards. Interesting. Okay.
Astereos then took these doctored up conversations and used them to buy those fraudulent ads he placed on Reddit. At one point, I had to look into getting a restraining order against this former fan of mine because
yeah, it is Waterboy.
Even after I blocked him six times on various social media networks, he kept contacting me. And of course, he's also a male feminist. And if his name sounds familiar, that's because you might have noticed it earlier because, surprise, surprise, it's one of the accounts followed by the fake rape allegation on Twitter. You may be noticing a pattern here. But before we go on, remember the text conversation I mentioned earlier? The one where he was talking behind the back of one of his business partners and supposed friends? During the course of that conversation, while we were having our falling out, he said something very strange to me. While we were having a disagreement, out of the blue, he said that he hoped that my new book would do very well when it came out. That's a very weird thing to say to somebody during an argument, so I ignored him. But then he said,
No, it means that you... It just means you're being a good sport. Yeah. You can have a falling out with someone and say, I wish you all the best sincerely. Like when you break up with a girlfriend, for example. Yeah. You can still hate them, but still want them to have the best.
A second time, saying,
no,
really?
I pretty much wouldn't piss on any of my exes if they were on fire.
Yeah, but you can still, deep down, when you really dig deep down, think, I don't want them to have a bad life. I mean, depending if they did something really bad. I'm talking in general. I don't care
if they have a good life or a bad life. I don't give a shit.
Okay. All right. Okay, Maddox.
Okay.
and I mean this from the bottom of
I'm gonna call you Ms. Maddox from now on.
my heart, have a very successful
Okay.
book launch. I can't wait. It sounded like a threat. That's like saying, I hope your kids sleep well tonight during a
No,
heated
it
argument.
doesn't. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Have a successful book launch. I can't wait. That is...
He's paranoid. He was paranoid.
yeah, totally.
That's a threat. So I told him, don't go after me because I can go after your pocketbook too. Then he did something very strange. He said, go nuts. And then he gave me the contact information for a company I'd never heard of before, a company called Weber Shandwick. And in case you're wondering if that's just an off-the-cuff remark, it wasn't. He not only encouraged me to contact them, but he actually gave me their contact information. Yes, really. I was tempted to call, but I didn't. Even though this guy was threatening my livelihood, I still showed restraint and didn't bother contacting them. Why would I? What would I have to gain by calling this guy?
So is that Astereos' workplace? Because if it is, then he did contact them under Heather S. Unless that didn't happen, if that's what Maddox is going to reveal. In which case,
No,
yes.
I think the guy just... I don't think he was threatening him at all, Matt. What do you think?
No, I don't think that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't think he threatened him. But if Astereos... If that there is the place Astereos worked at, all I knew... I didn't know the name of it. All I knew was it was like a advertising agency, marketing company. But if that there is where he worked, and if Astereos gave him that information willingly and said, go nuts, then that adds a whole new level to the Astereos getting fired.
Guy's work.
It's kind of like holding up the red cape to the bull and be like,
It's
come
almost
on,
like
buddy.
he asked for it, right? Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's... But it does add a different dimension
It's
to it.
stupid is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like holding up a red cape to a bull and saying, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You're going to get gored.
It's not like he was doing this stuff.
Am I wrong?
No.
On company time, with the express knowledge of his supervisors. Was he? Well, it turns out he was. After Astereos' escalation of these attacks week after week, month after month, year after year, through a stroke of luck, I got an inside tip from someone who worked at his company with first-hand knowledge of their internal operations. I learned that their IT department keeps logs of all the websites visited on company time, which isn't unusual for a company of that size to do. Oops. This is one part of the video where I won't disclose
Oh, fuck, base Maddox!
source to protect the parties involved, but if you have any doubt, there were multiple eyewitnesses who watched him do this from work, including his own followers, because the genius live streamed it from work. So when it became clear that he wasn't going to stop
Yeah, a lot of this video is just him being paranoid and stupid and nitpicking, like the whole Justin Whang plagiarism thing. But there is some nuggets of based in here.
going after my livelihood and harassing me, my friends.
Does he realize that the guy could just honestly just have that window open and he doesn't have to be actually looking at it, but it'll still report that he's like active on that site because that window is open? It doesn't mean that he's actually doing things on the site.
How
It's
long
got
you
it
got
open.
the page open. Does it record? Are there any IT people in the chat? Does it record how long you've got the page open? Or just that you went on the
Tipster
page?
used to be the person for that.
Yeah, but Tipster,
Tipster
though, I imagine Tipster in his workplace is kind of like Homer Simpson. Not just that he's fat, but he just doesn't know what he's doing at the workplace, and it's like, oh look, it's fucking him eating another donut. He's got like the whole, and it's probably like the nuclear reactor safety guy, and it's like this whole company just hinges on him, and if he fucks up, it's gonna all burn down. That's Tipster in my mind in the workplace, so I wouldn't really go to him for IT advice unless it had something to do with finding which anime girls is best to masturbate to. That would be when I'd go to Tipster for IT advice.
Fair enough.
Friends, my acquaintances, and doing it on company time no less. As a last resort, I decided to contact his work out of desperation to get him to stop. Keep in mind, this was after months of his attacks, so I showed a lot of restraint by not contacting them immediately. I sent an email and tried to remain anonymous to his company in an effort to avoid further retaliation.
Oh, is that the Heather S? Is that the Heather S moment? I sent an email trying to be anonymous?
In part because the girl I was dating at the time was receiving countless rape and death threats from this mob. And I know he did this with the explicit knowledge that this group that he was part of makes these types of threats. How do I know? Because they've even done it to him and his ex-wife. Wow, what a feminist. I thought a company like Weber Shandwick would step in and do the right thing because they like to stress how forward-thinking and progressive they are, releasing statement after statement about how they're leaders in diversity and inclusion. They even released an article proudly boasting about how many people of color they've promoted. Very progressive of them to tally up the colored people in their office for a bullet point and a marketing sheet for their company. So surely this progressive company would put a stop to this harassment, right? Nope. In fact, they told him about my email, allowed him to continue the harassment campaign, and things got worse. One of Weber Shandwick's clients was the UN Women's Group, and Astereos worked for their campaign. Nice of him to take time away from banning cunts.
Dude, he called his work. Oh my god. That would be the last fucking thing a person would do. I mean, I would hunt you down and drag you out by your fucking hair, and you and I would have a real close conversation. Somebody call my work over this? Oh my god, I would lose my shit.
But don't worry, those cunts weren't even that hot. But at this point, I have to admit I made a mistake. Had I known then what I know now, would I have contacted his employer? Absolutely not. I would have contacted them much sooner because I—
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking doubling down.
Jesus.
I thought for a sec, he got me there. For a second, I thought he was showing remorse. Nope.
had no idea these maniacs would still be going at it over half a decade later. That's how this ultimately became a lawsuit, because this random guy I met at a comedy scene in Los Angeles became obsessed, caused damages, and doesn't know how to fuck off. In my 23 years of doing this, I've never had a problem with anyone. I think lawsuits should only be used as a last resort. In fact, I told him as much. What's not publicly known is that at some point during the suit, I reached out to him directly for the first time in years and offered to unilaterally drop the lawsuit for the low cost of leave me the fuck alone. It was all I ever wanted, and I didn't even ask for legal fees or damages. Again, all he had to do was fuck off, and that would have been the end of it. I was polite and cordial in my communication. I said, take your life back, and ended the text by saying, let's end this tonight. With only 20 minutes before the midnight deadline, he finally replied and said, please communicate through your lawyer and mine. Since he left me less than 18 minutes to respond, I took the cordial tone as a sign of reconciliation and goodwill, so I decided to end things and hoped that he would finally stop and leave me the fuck alone. So I responded and said that I would drop everything in hopes that cooler heads would prevail.
Fair floss. I think Maddox isn't like in his early 40s. He'd be about 41.
But he didn't acknowledge it in public and carried on the next day pretending like this conversation didn't occur, milking it for all it was worth. Then he tried to file a counterclaim that got thrown out, and finally, that's where you think things would have ended. Except of course it didn't. Then Astereos started to carpet bomb the internet with his false victim narrative while gaslighting me and telling everyone that I sued him because he called me the word cuck. The word cuck is an insult used to emasculate men, similar to calling someone a beta, soy boy, or a Yes, even though he committed fraud, harassed my friends, sponsors, and spammed me relentlessly for years, somehow he was the victim because he got sued. Newsflash, 100% of people who get sued don't like it. I couldn't give less of a shit if he called me a cuck or a I've been called way worse in the comment section of my own videos daily. His narrative doesn't even make sense. People have been calling me names much worse for years and I haven't sued anyone. You can call me whatever names you want. That's protected speech. What's not protected is fraud, threats, stalking, and harassment. When Astereos bought those ads on Reddit, he did it using my name and my business, targeting my fans specifically to hurt my book sales with misleading statements. So no, I don't care about being called playground names. What I care about are damages. Don't like it? Don't stalk, harass, and commit fraud and you won't get sued. Despite these facts, Astereos continued to spread this bullshit narrative everywhere he could. He tried to get media attention on it, but since most people have never heard of this guy, the only—
I will give Maddox points, though, for actually coming out and talking about this, because he hasn't really talked about it publicly. He's just—
See what he said there, though?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No.
book sales with misleading statements. So no, I don't care about being called playground names. What I care about are damages. Don't like it? Don't stalk, harass, and commit fraud and you won't get sued. Despite these facts, Astereos continued to spread this bullshit narrative everywhere.
That he didn't want to lose money?
No, keep going.
Where he could. He tried to get media attention on it, but since most people have never heard of this guy, the only people who would cover the story were his friends in the media. The first person was a guy named Brock Wilbur. And
since most people never heard of this guy, you get it?
No. Can you please explain to me?
Whatever. What's been my whole point this whole time?
That he was using Justin Whang to get views? Yeah.
Yeah, what did he just say in this video? And someone's ever heard of this guy?
Yeah, he's admitting that nobody's heard of this guy that, has created all this mess.
Yeah, so we couldn't put this guy in the title because it wouldn't get clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very frustrating, Mitch.
I know. You're frustrating. Don't fucking make me just fucking spoon feed me. Is that too much?
Bro, I'm trying to be dramatic, and you won't fucking collaborate. You gotta fucking be the fucking dumbass.
But I'm not even pretending.
I know. It's so exasperating. That's what you can't fucking do anything about. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Leon, I didn't steal that point from Nicholas DiOrio. I don't know what you're talking about. I tweeted that out first.
Nick stole it from Matt.
Outspoken male feminist. And of course, like many other outspoken male feminists, he was Me Too'd. Here's an article about him titled, I Was Played by a Male Feminist, where he allegedly dated someone without disclosing he had a live-in girlfriend while virtue signaling about Gamergate and women's rights. And he's also been accused of being a serial abuser. So this male feminist, Brock Wilbur, covered Astereos' story for a website called Paste Magazine, where he conveniently forgot to mention little details.
Matt walks into the special... Say?
Is he not allowed to talk about Dick Masterson?
I don't think he's not. Well, Dick talks about him all the time, so I can't imagine that Maddox isn't.
So why can't he talk about? Is he afraid of Dick?
Probably. He doesn't want to
Yes,
activate him,
probably.
even though
That's-
doing this
yeah.
is going to activate him. Okay, so
Oh, he's
Maddox,
already activated.
you've put your little pinky toe into the water. Now you got to fucking jump in, do one of these on Dick. Do it, I dare you, please, for the love of God. We are begging you to make an hour-long video on Dick. It would be amazing.
Like the fact that he and Astereos are friends, and that Astereos is a contributor to the very magazine interviewing him. Oops! Just a slip of the mind, not to mention this major conflict of interest, and not a deliberate attempt to whitewash his friend's narrative, right? Brock didn't bother reaching out to me for comment, and he sure as shit didn't disclose his relationship to Astereos. But that wasn't the end of Astereos'.
Honestly, I thought Brock was Slug. I thought that's where you were going with that, but I didn't want to sound dumb and say, is that Slug?
His carpet
Kind of looked like Slug.
You're a retard.
Because he had another friend in the media, a writer from Vice named Mike Pearl. Mike is his longtime friend and former roommate. He's written such articles for Vice like this one about the legalities of pseudo-kitty porn. The only problem was, Mike wouldn't have been able to write about me because I've actually met Mike before, several times. In fact, we've all hung out together, so if he tried to write an article about me, I would have been suspicious. So instead, I got contacted by another writer from Vice, a guy by the name of Justin Whang, and surprise, surprise, he's another male feminist. He rails about toxic masculinity, but apparently he makes exceptions for his buddies in Facebook groups that stalk, dox, and harass people. When he contacted me, I was immediately suspicious, so I asked him if he was Astereos' former roommate because I couldn't remember Mike's name. Justin knew who I was talking about and immediately said that was Mike, and even admitted that he'd met Astereos before. But he didn't disclose how close they were. This made me even more suspicious. So I looked up Justin, and it turns out that he not only knows who Mike Pearl is, but they're longtime friends and even do a podcast together. Oops. When I pressed Cafier about this, he downplayed his relationship to Astereos and said that they weren't friends. He even went a step further in public, saying that they'd only spoken once prior to the story. Well, that's funny, because I found this Twitter thread where they communicated as far back as 2015, and another one from 2014 where all three of them, Justin, Mike, and Astereos, were on the same thread together. That's weird. Almost like all three of them were friends. Since he wasn't forthright, I decided to investigate a little bit further. Turns out that they're much closer than he let on. Cafier has not only met Astereos, but he follows him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. At the time of this recording, Cafier only followed about 6 public figures on Facebook, including Barack Obama and Steve G. So it's pretty telling that he made Astereos one of the few people he follows on every platform. I don't even follow some of my closest friends on all 3 platforms. And in case you think that he did it just for research, we can rule that out because he doesn't follow me anywhere. Then I dug a little bit deeper, and surprise, surprise, guess who they invited as a guest on Justin and Mike's podcast? None other than Astereos Kokkinos. I'm sure it was a total benign lapse in memory and not a deliberate attempt to hide his relationship, because as a journalist advice, it might be looked down upon to publish puff pieces about your friends without disclosing your relationship. Although it's Vice, so I'm not sure if they have any journalistic standards to begin with. And if you have any doubt as to how close they were, they
Based. Shitting on Vice. Based.
even promoted Astereos' narrative on the podcast, plugged his fundraiser for him to try to counter Subi, and Astereos signed off the episode, and I can't make this up, by saying, "I'll talk to you guys later. I love you both," to which they responded, "Love you, bye."
Thank you. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you both.
Totally normal way to end an interview with a journalist. So contrary...
Astereos does that to everybody, though. Astereos is very just friendly, and... I mean, I'm not trying to negate Maddox's point that they were all buddies. I'm sure they were, but Maddox... sorry, not Maddox. Astereos fucking will go on any podcast. You just ask him, he'll fucking go on it. And he'll be as friendly as hell and say shit like that to you.
To Justin's claim, that's 4 instances that they've communicated before this article, and that's just what's been documented publicly. So if I did my math correctly, that makes Justin Cafier a liar. So the guy wanting to write an article about me from Vice is friends with the guy he's writing about and his roommate.
I love you both.
You think that that would be an important piece of information to disclose. I wonder why he didn't mention that. They also plugged Astereos...
Probably because they weren't autistically overthinking it. Like, do people have to mention that they're buddies every time they have a guest on a podcast? Like, hey everyone, this is my buddy, we're like best friends, blah, blah, blah. Now that we've disclosed that, here's today's sponsor, which is also fucking a good buddy of mine. I'm disclosing that, right? Do we have to do that, Matt? Fucking disclose every time we have a buddy on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'll never say that about Beavers, though. He's not my buddy, he's a fucking arsehole.
His podcast, except he forgot to mention his podcast on Khuck Media. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh, that's right. It was one of the accounts followed by the person who made the fake rape allegation. And we've come full circle. And in case you're wondering how deep this nepotistic rabbit hole goes, I checked the pages Justin was following on Facebook, and Paste Magazine was one of them. The very same website that Astereos is a contributor for, and the one where Brock Wilbur published his hit piece about me. So the jig was up. I asked Cafier if he'd disclosed this conflict of interest in the article. He said he'd run it by his editors, but he didn't get back to me with their response. So, since Cafier didn't follow up with what his editor said, I stopped responding. When the article came out, Cafier...
Do you have to do that in articles, though, when you're writing about someone to say, hey, this is my buddy? Is that a journalistic thing, or is he just making that up?
Yeah, I mean, like ethically, yes, you should disclose if there is a prior relationship that you have with a person of interest in your story. Yeah, ethically speaking, yes, you should.
But not legally.
Is it against the law? No. You can. Yeah.
So it's nitpicking.
Yes.
accused me of ghosting him, which is misleading. What actually happened is we had several scheduling conflicts, and after badgering me for weeks, I tried to accommodate him even while I was traveling out of the country. When we finally agreed on a day, Justin didn't follow through, and he didn't contact me again for nearly a month. Since he was unprofessional and not forthright, I stopped responding. But Justin simply said that I turned down the interview, which implies that I didn't give him a statement, except I did. Literally, my first response to him stated that almost everything said about me has been false or misleading. When the article came out, Cafier, of course, didn't publish the statement and neglected to disclose his relationship to Astereos. This isn't even the first time Cafier has written a puff piece for one of his friends. Back in 2018, he wrote this article where he helped promote his friend's TV show without disclosing their relationship. I've written a full article about Justin's nepotism and his failure to disclose his conflicts of interest at Vice magazine for those of you who are interested. As for why I'm finally talking about this, is because I'm still dealing with the fallout from Astereos' smear campaign.
You know, shocking. I mean, really? We're gonna go down this road? I mean, we literally have a Supreme Court justice on the fucking bench that has been just paid left and fucking right for vacations, private jets, yada yada yada, and everyone fucking knew about it. And this is where you're gonna draw your line now? It's just weird.
Even published his false narrative on his friend Rich Kiyonka's website, better known as Low-Tax. Low-Tax's greatest hits include Something Awful and Women. And of course, Astereos even defended Low-Tax in his hit piece against me. And the stuff you've seen in this video barely scratches the surface, like when he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threatened to dox her. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of the city we live in, so his hate mob started calling and harassing some random guy in Los Angeles. Good job, dumbass. If Astereos hadn't carpet bombed the internet with so much bullshit...
Go back, please. Go back to like the first screenshot when he starts showing screenshots.
For those of you who are interested. As for why I'm finally talking about this, is because I'm still dealing with the fallout from Astereos' smear campaign.
Where do you want me to pause?
I'll tell you when to pause.
Published his false narrative on his friend Rich Kiyonka's website, better known as Low-Tax. Low-Tax's greatest hits include Something Awful and Women. And of course, Astereos even defended Low-Tax in his hit piece against me. And the stuff you've seen in this video barely scratches the surface, like when he started posting what he claimed to
I'll press play.
be my girlfriend's phone number.
Pause. Okay, this is nothing. All right, press play again.
Online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit...
Pause. Phone number. Cool thing. Give me your name. Use the pledge, and I'll go fetch your private information and give you a call. Oh, sure. Well, yeah. Okay. I'm confused.
About what? That he posted his number?
So, did he actually post the girlfriend's number? Or like a fake number, or what? Or like... Did he post a random number from California, or
of Astereos? Like, did Astereos post his own number?
Is that his number?
No.
I remember Astereos putting it out there at some point because I've got it.
Well, they're basically saying it was the wrong number but correct area code. So it wasn't an LA area code. So that makes sense why they would think that it was the real one, and then it was just some random number.
But it says cool things. Give me your name, use the pledge, and I'll go fetch your card. That tweet doesn't make sense to me. That sounds like I don't know if he's putting the girlfriend's number. Press play.
To dox her. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of the...
God damn it.
Yeah, you want to see that one that fades
the
out.
Surface, like when he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threatened to...
Pause. Please do this number you call for a good time. It's also the number Maddox submitted to the New York State Supreme Court as evidence that I doxed his private information. I'm not kidding. Okay, now I'm just... I'd have to know more context because it's not him going, "Hey, this is Maddox's girlfriend's number." Then again, it's weird to be posting a number in general. So, I would like to know more about that.
Everyone in the story is weird. Thank you for the 31, Darcy Evans. Mitch will never beat the allegations. Also, because of freedom of speech things, US articles will be more nasty than Australian articles in regards to any public figure. Also, what is the stuff under the surface? I don't know what you mean by under the surface.
No idea.
No. Oh, good. Thank God it's not just me.
Doxer. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of the city we live in, so his hate mob started calling and harassing some random guy in Los Angeles. Good job, dumbass. If Astereos hadn't carpet bombed the internet with so much bullshit, I probably wouldn't have had to make this video. And if he didn't threaten me, encourage people to review bomb my podcast, harass my sponsors, and publish a fraudulent ad to hurt my book sales, I wouldn't have had to take him to court. I would honestly love to never have to mention this idiot ever again. Had Justin not involved himself and minded his own fucking business.
Hold on. Can you go back? Can you go back like 10, 12 seconds?
To review bomb my podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
harass my sponsors, and publish a fraudulent ad to...
Oh, shit. It says Reddit advertising. It's the one right before the one that's popped up right now.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Thanks for being a sponsor for 2 months, Rylan. Says Maddox looks like a soy
Los Angeles. Good job, dumbass. If Astereos hadn't carpet bombed the internet with so much bullshit, I probably wouldn't have had to make this video. And if he didn't threaten me, encourage people to review bomb my podcast, harass my sponsors, and publish a fraudulent ad to hurt my book sale.
Mitch!
I fucked up, all right? He does it so quickly. There you go. There you go.
Oh, there
we
we go.
fucking
There
go.
we go. Thank you. This email is to inform you that your Creative Madcast fan statement has been approved under Campaign Maddox fan statement. To monitor your campaign's traffic and metrics, navigate to Reddit. Okay. It said that he did a fake ad for something?
No, I think he's talking about... that ad he was talking about earlier.
Rewind him a little bit, because he says if it weren't for him harassing me, and he shows that the stupid thing threatening me, which I didn't consider that a threat.
Nah,
but
to review bomb.
Remember he was talking about how Astereos took out those ads, and he did it in Maddox's name. He took out those ads, targeted Maddox's fans on Reddit,
harass,
but he took the ads out in Maddox's name.
My sponsors and publish.
That's what that's referring to.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay,
Yes.
got it. Okay, thank you.
A fraudulent ad to hurt my...
Holy crap! Mitch informed someone of something! Yay! Yay!
Good job, Mitch.
Matt,
I
give me a
have
biscuit.
faith.
Barely.
Once every 7 years is pretty
She
good.
had to
Mitch.
fucking
Congratulations.
choke it out of you.
No, because I thought she had uncovered something, and then I've realized, like, no, she hasn't. She's just catching an earlier reference.
Book sales, I wouldn't have had to take him to court.
So I was giving her a chance, and then when I realized that she was wrong, I went and corrected her, because I'm polite and I give people a chance.
I wasn't wrong. I
Yes,
was
you were.
asking for
You were wrong.
clarification.
Shut the fuck up.
I was
You were wrong.
asking for...
No, you were wrong.
Hell. Just press play.
Honestly love to never have to mention this idiot ever again. Had Justin not involved himself and minded his own fucking business instead of attacking me completely unprovoked, I wouldn't have had to make this video about him either. What I've learned through all of this is that there's almost no downside to slander. If you smear somebody
How did he attack him? I don't understand. What did Justin Whang do that attacked Maddox? What did he actually do?
Well, he said earlier in the video that he got Maddox removed from speaking engagements, as well as the videos that he did against him.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
Two for two!
on a platform like YouTube, you gain money, clicks, and notoriety. And when the person you're slandering responds to set the record straight and prove you wrong, as they usually do, the person making the smears can either double down and get more clicks on the drama, or they can apologize. Unless the person you're slandering has the time, energy, and resources to litigate, scumbags like Justin will always profit off of slander and drama. And even if Justin doesn't monetize his apology, the damage is already done. He successfully removed me from a panel and silenced me from speaking engagements.
How did we get to this point in this country where instead of debating the people that we disagree with, we just want to silence them outright?
Yeah, good question, Justin. I wonder how we got here. People like Justin represent the very worst.
Matt, you need to reach out to these two, get them on their recording to beef it out, duke it out.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. Well, you gotta ask. You should get Dick on. He's buddy with you now. He's fucking quote tweeting your shit. He followed you after I did that video, and then you posted it on Twitter, and then he fucking followed you and just ignored me. You know, I've been following this guy for fucking years. I've given him shit tons of money.
He follows you now, right?
No, he doesn't. It's so fucking unfair. Same with Tipster. He hasn't blocked me yet. I'm still fucking shitty about that. I've said worse shit about Tipster than you have.
Elements of cancel culture.
You have.
Exactly like the woke SJW PC culture he claims to hate, except worse, because at least they're not pretending.
They're probably like, he wouldn't notice anyway.
To be champions of free speech. If anyone deserves to be the target of cancel culture, it's truly him and all the shady, clout-chasing drama losers like him. Well, you like drama so much, congratulations, dipshit. Now you have some of your own. The only reason I ever took any of these people to court is because they don't know how to fuck off and leave people alone. Don't like it? Don't fuck with people's livelihoods and they won't fuck with yours. Justin, Astereos, Vice, and the phony progressives of Weber Shandwick can all go fuck themselves. So in conclusion, what have we learned? Unfortunately, that nothing ever gets accomplished unless you make a big public stink about it. From having to bitch about customer service on on social media to get remonetized on YouTube and to getting people to leave you the fuck alone. Nothing ever gets done unless you go public. So part of the reason I'm making this video now is to let people know about some of the bullshit I've been dealing with for years now. So part of the fallout from all of this is that Justin Whang has now been exposed as an unfunny plagiarist, a joke thief, and a hack. But of all his offenses, perhaps the most egregious one, and the one that's most unforgivable, is that he's part of a nu metal band. Don't forget to send me your tales from the internet videos. There's a lot more to this story, and maybe I'll tell it someday if there's any interest. Comment below and let me know. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm MADDOX.
Okay, what did we think about that video?
I want the last.
There's a lot of
The
nitpicking.
Astereos stuff is interesting. I'd like to hear Astereos' side.
Yeah. Yeah. I sort by new because it's going to be everything that
He's
Maddox
still
has
around?
approved. Astereos? Yeah, he does a podcast with his girlfriend, and it's horrible.
He's on Drunken Peasants every now and then, too.
Oh, is he?
Oh, no kidding. I watched them too.
Dax one. It's a reference to Dick. 55 minutes, felt like 30. Love this video. I think this video could have been 30 if he removed all the nitpicking. Because
Well, I mean, if you remove the Justin Whang stuff, it would have been a great 20-minute video.
Yeah, and yeah, you remove that, remove the nitpicking, because there is some nuggets of gold in here, like some shit you got to applaud him for. I want him to make more of these.
I don't know. I want to see Dick talk about this. I want to see Astereos.
Oh, he will. Dick will definitely be talking about this in when's he records on US Sunday, which is today, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would.
He's 3 hours behind me, so it's like 7:30. So I think he goes on at 9.
No, well, I think what he does with his podcast is he records it on a Sunday afternoon and then it comes out on Tuesday. So
Oh, okay.
if he doesn't talk about it in this week's episode because he just missed it or whatever, he'll definitely talk about it next week. But yeah, he's not going to ignore it. Vito here says, Maddox, I feel like if you just devoted this energy to make funny, topical videos again, you could do very well for yourself. That's true. Oh, fuck. Says the washed up P word who's going to lose everything to Eric July. Eric July, that's that comic guy, isn't it? Because I know Vito's fighting with a comic book guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was rolling. ISOM is actually an acronym for somebody that like already has been in business forever and a day, and the guy didn't do research to see if it was a copyrighted fucking name or you know whatever acronym, and it is, and I guess I guess the shit's kind of hitting the fan about that.
Bustin'.
So he's gonna have to do something about it.
I think he's referring
girlfriend's phone number online.
Yeah, that number there. God damn it, I've lost it. Bustin', where'd you go? Fuck's sake.
Oh, Mitch, you had the answer and you fucked it up. You got to go by newest. It starts over.
Yeah. The number written on the napkin is from the song "Jenny, I Got Your Number." The reason it's censored is because anyone smarter than George, which is Maddox, would recognize it immediately. Final name
No way.
for this video of lies.
No fucking way. It's 8675309. You guys never heard the song?
No.
Yes. Oh, I know the song very well.
Jenny, I got your number. You never heard that song, Mitch?
No.
Yes. Oh, you don't know that song, Mitch?
Nope.
You're gonna get claimed.
Oh, I'm not playing it. No. I'm just googling it.
No, don't play it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this isn't on the screen, but that's apparently the number that's censored. But George, sorry, not George. Astereos put the area code at front. Okay.
It's such an obvious fake number. Oh, see, and
well, it's a real number.
Oh, there's
so
video in the chat.
Like,
There's video in the chat. He says,
Yeah,
I
but
have a
there-
note, that phone number, it's the phone number from Tommy to Jenny. He censored it because it's such an obvious fake number. Do they see the chat? Yeah, I see the chat. Yeah, sorry, Vito. It's just I was reading the comments. I apologize. I hope you didn't see the bit where I was reading about someone calling you the P word. I don't think that. I definitely don't think that. That would have been a very awkward moment for you to click on.
well, yeah, like I don't really know. So, Vito, is Astereos at all insane in this situation, or is Maddox just completely manipulating everything?
Yeah, hang on. I'll get the Discord invite. Oh, fuck's sake. Copy.
'Cause I don't know much about the whole Astereos stuff.
Yeah, Vito would definitely have info on the areas that we're having questions on. He would be here. Let me see if I can. Here, I'm doing it right now. Copy link. Here we go.
Yes, please, Vito. Please call in.
We have questions.
Yes,
You-
please.
Matt has questions.
Yes, please, Vito. If you have a few moments of your time, that'd be great.
Really hope he wasn't there when I was whinging about fucking followers and shit.
Wow, Vito does that too.
Vito does what? Vito does what?
The followers, whatever the fuck you said.
Oh, he does. Yeah. I wasn't talking about him.
Who are you talking about?
Earlier with the dick when we followed you over the video. That bit. I wasn't talking about it, Matt, because I was saying, hope he didn't hear that bit because it was very embarrassing out of context.
He
It
said
just makes me sound like
whinging. I don't know what the fuck that means.
whinging. It's an I guess that's an Australian word. Sorry, it means whining, like complaining. You don't have the
meant
word
like
whinge?
I thought you said you were whining about your follower count.
No, I wasn't. Fuck! You're making it worse. You're like a woman. You're like, hey, lady, please don't mention this. I'm like, what? Oh, I'm just gonna say it louder. Where do I go to join call? There's a link. I just
Waiting
posted.
room voice.
Waiting room voice.
Yeah.
Having a whinge. Having a whinge.
Having a whinge. Yeah, I think it made it look like it was worse than than it really was. I mean, by censoring the whole entire thing, that's kind of ridiculous.
I am very hungover
I mean,
too.
makes
If you're
it
just
really
joining,
look like-
I apologize. That's why Abby was saying calm down.
He went to soccer. He went into a soccer game and he
Whoa.
got so fucking drunk and then
Fuck
he
you!
beat
It
up
was
somebody.
not. It wasn't soccer. It was rugby. It was rugby, please.
You called it football.
Yes, it's football. Rugby football.
I still don't understand the rules of that game. I have tried. I have done my hardest, and I just cannot seem to understand
just
the
touch
rules
each
of
other.
that game.
Well, while we
That's
wait
the-
for Vito to figure out how to click on the waiting room voice, I'm going to explain
Am
the rules
I
of rugby.
in-
So the longer I explain the
am
rules
I
of
in
rugby,
your
the more it's Vito's
Check
fault.
your logs. See if Vito's in. Is he already in this Discord?
Well, if
No, I don't think he was.
No, I put a link. What's the Discord channel? Fucking hell, Vito. Look, I'll send an invite directly to the waiting room voice, alright? This is a link.
Here, I just posted too. So.
There. That.
Jeez Louise.
Now I gotta type it in case he's behind. That link is directly to... Oh, there he is. He figured it out. Ah, fuck. Fuck you, Niall. God damn it. I went to click Vito. Then Niall went, hey, Vito.
Hi, Vito.
Oh, for
no,
fuck's sake. Vito.
He's back. Hi, Vito. Don't go anywhere.
I don't think I belonged to your Discord previous to this.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay. This video is
All right, TLDRS.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like impossible. So I mean, where do I even start? Maddox is
Stick with
crazy.
Astereos. Yeah, stick with the Astereos stuff. Like
Okay,
he made some
Astereos-
heavy accusations towards Astereos.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so Astereos used to appear on the Biggest Problem in the Universe podcast. He was like a frequent co-host, right?
Yeah.
So he was friends with
Okay.
both Dick and Maddox. After they split, Astereos basically sided with Dick, and went on his show. And at the time, a form of their content was making fun of Maddox, which is like totally reasonable. Some of the stuff in the video that like Astereos is accused of doing, like I could say, yeah, I can see how that's like over the line, like the part where he says he like bought ads pretending to be Maddox or whatever.
Yeah.
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 So like there was like some shenanigans and bullshit, but at the end of the day, like just the way this video is arranged to make it seem like Justin Whang is part of it.
Yeah, that was a bait and switch.
Yeah, no, I think the reason he did that was to talk about. I think the reason he did
claiming that Whang is part of a harassment campaign because I guess there was like a face. Again, this was like fucking internet drama. So there was a bunch of guys who, were like, Maddox is an idiot. Maddox is a cuck. He ruined our favorite podcast. I mean, here's what he leaves out is that these guys were, making fun of Maddox, which is their fucking right. It's free speech or whatever else. Maddox went out and made this crazy fucking video accusing Dick Masterson of all this shit, none of which he could prove, which got Dick, basically canceled in Los Angeles. So, at one point, the stupidest accusation was that there was a, 4chan board somewhere, or something, one of these, there's, a million Chan boards.
Yeah.
Somebody on one of those Chan boards made one, and it was, the biggest problem Chan board, okay, for fans of the podcast. Nobody knew about it. There was nobody on this board. 3 people had the fucking link. And somebody was posted a thing. It was hey, which guests from the show would you most like to rape? And then listed all the women who had been on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. So then fucking Maddox makes a video that says, and if you think Dick's a good guy, he helped make a list of all the women that from the show that he wanted to rape.
Yeah, he basically called Dick a rape apologist, didn't he?
Yeah, basically he said he tried to cast Dick, who there was a section from their podcast that Maddox had cut out, where Dick, he was if you get raped at a party, you're not responsible. And Dick's well, that's a dangerous thing to say. If you go to a party and you're just drinking random alcohol and choose to pass out on a couch or some shit, no, you have to be you have to take some responsibility for yourself, was the argument that Dick was making. He wasn't saying oh, and also the rapist has no responsibility.
That's never going to be popular. That is a no-win. That is a no-win conversation. I mean, people aren't going to hear the nuance of that. Do you know what I mean?
But again, yeah. But this was a bit from a
I can hear
bit
it, but I'm just telling you, a lot of people won't go for it. I hear it, but I think
this
that
was a
distinction is going to be lost.
Yeah. Okay. So, but let's say, so that came up on the podcast. And then Maddox made the executive decision to not release that clip because he thought it would make the podcast look bad. Okay. But then you're having a feud with the guy years later, so you pull this clip out of storage and you make a video saying, well, the reason I couldn't have a podcast with Dick anymore is because he's a rape, he's in favor of rape, and he thinks rape's okay. And there's this message board where he's a list of people he wants to rape. Now, we know, and Maddox knows, that's bullshit. It's out of context bullshit. Maddox specifically put it out there going, well, I'm mad this guy's making fun of me, so maybe I can get everybody in LA to think he's pro-rape. And it worked. Dick got kicked out of he was in Upright Citizens Brigade improv troupe and all this other shit. And they basically told him, hey man, there's a lot of heat coming down on you. We can't have you on the show. You're basically canceled. I can't be your friend right now. So Maddox was doing dude, if he's talking about life ruination and fucking with people's livelihoods and whatever else, he's just, this is a video that completely ignores all the shit he was doing.
And
I mean, when he talks about, he glosses over so much. It's so impossible to go over all of it. Do I know why he's bringing it up?
Do you know
why
the interesting now? Yeah, now. Why now?
Yeah, what triggered it?
So here's what's weird is we talked to Justin Whang today briefly on Dick's show, and Justin Whang was he was here's the weird thing, a lot of these screenshots, he has a screenshot of Justin Whang's Instagram that shows Justin Whang having 70,000 followers.
Yeah,
and Justin Whang's that screenshot must be 2 years old because I have 200,000 followers now. So that means that it's not that he found the opportune time to put it out. He's been working on this for years.
Did we say that in the stream? Wow, he must have been working on this for half a decade.
Because he was covering old videos of Whang too.
Yeah, I think him in the video, it might be an old performance.
And
he
were
looks
old
younger.
Tweets. Oh, really?
I think this is something he's been sitting on and just like couldn't finish because it makes, dude, this is an editing nightmare. It makes no fucking sense. How do you make a video? All the videos of Justin Whang he's talking about are like 7 years old. Like the fucking Rob Snyder thing was like one of the first videos Whang ever made, and Whang even said, yeah, that video's not that good, but it's also one of the first videos, you know, I ever kind of made on those kind of topics. If I made it again today, it would be different. And he's trying to make it sound like, oh no, Wang's, you know, he fucking is always like looking out for joke thieves and blah, and this is what he believes. All this shit is like ancient history. We can't believe that this is what he's been working on. It's so weird.
Yeah, my theory was that he wanted to talk about Astereos, so he made it about Justin Whang, put his name in the title. He's a known YouTuber. People are gonna watch that, and then most of the videos about Astereos. Because no one's gonna watch a video. That's not even a theory.
Just like that's obviously what's happening.
Yeah.
Like what? The first 20 minutes of the video is about Whang, and then it's like, oh, by the way, here's a guy who Justin Whang met at a party one time, and how he fucked me over for 30 minutes.
Right?
We asked, we're like, Justin, what's the last time you talked to Astereos? He's like, I haven't talked to Astereos in 4 years. I have no relationship to Astereos. Dude, this is the most transparent fucking hit piece. I was like, I literally could not believe he was stupid enough to make this. I can't. If anyone falls for this, they're retarded. Like, oh no. No, Maddox just really wanted to call out Justin Whang and his close best friend Astereos, who he hasn't talked to in 4 years and met like 1 or 2 times in LA. It's insanity.
But they're collaborating. For a harassment campaign. So again, he's really talking about how there's a collaboration amongst people to go after him, and I just don't. With his evidence, I just don't see it.
A lot of crazy people do that. They'll say, "Oh, this guy posted on Kiwi Farms once. Okay, he's a part of the whole cult." This person.
What he does here, he says he posts on Kiwi Farms, and then he got a bunch of articles about Kiwi Farms harassing trans people. I'm like, oh my god, this is so fucking transparent. Dude.
Couples would do that too. Like it's like that's what they do.
Anyone who's ever posted on Kiwi Farms associated with every fucking thing is nuts. Also, his big smoking gun against Justin Whang is Justin Whang says, I found one of the workshops that keeps the lights on at Maddox's house. And then he posted a screenshot showing that Maddox was one of the speakers at the fucking workshop.
Yeah.
At no point did Justin say, let's call them and try to get it canceled and let's like.
Didn't Maddox do that to Dick though? He got one of Dick's live shows canceled because didn't Maddox ring up the venue and be like, hey, he's a piece of shit right winger or something? I just vaguely remember that.
That's why this is so stupid, is that he's going, Justin Whang got blah, blah, blah. Maddox, you have directly called venues and told people that there is going to be a neo-Nazi rally that they've been tricked into hosting. Like, literally, and it's literally, like, Dick asks, like, I forget exactly what he got, but he was like, hey, like, what was the phone number? What did the guy say? And based on it, he's like, okay, Maddox just called them himself. Like, has called venues that Dick has tried to host comedy shows at and said, there tonight, it's a neo-Nazi rally. It's going to be a bunch of neo-Nazis. You should really cancel it because otherwise you're going to get accused of hosting Nazis.
Speaking of live shows, you guys are doing a live show in September, aren't you, for Biggest Problem?
Yes, and it's sold out, so don't get too excited.
God damam it. Well, I couldn't afford the plane ticket anyway. I was hoping to win Lotto.
It is going to be in LA. Look, honestly, we got a small venue. Like, I wish we'd been able to find a bigger one. Maybe we will, but I think after the show we're all going to be hanging out and bar hopping. So we'll find a way if fans want to show up and hang out.
Does Duff Noodles still run his little comedy club in LA?
Yes.
You guys on good terms with Duff Noodles?
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Are you on good terms with Duff Noodles? You can maybe try and get his venue.
Yeah, no, I've been on his podcast. His venue is small as well, though. Unfortunately, we've been there.
This is why you need to do multiple nights.
I didn't know.
Oh, I told Dick let's do multiple. Okay, here's what happens when you do a podcast with a guy who's already independently wealthy. Is I go, hey, we should sell merch. We should do multiple nights. He goes, I don't really care about any of that. I'm like, but I could make like an extra. I could make like an extra $1,000. He's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm like,
it's like he beat the game of life, and you're like, hey, let's go do this side quest. We'll get more points. Nah.
Trying to convince a guy who's already a millionaire we could make an extra $1,000. He's like, let's just do one night. I'm like, okay, fine.
You need to come to Australia and get him to webcam in.
Well, I think hopefully if this, here's the thing is, yes, we're doing the live show, but if it goes well, we've been talking about making it like a bi-monthly thing. So like every 2 months, have a little venue, do a live show, because we do enjoy it. Cool. So hopefully this is the start of many to come.
So it's going to be an actual episode?
It will be an actual episode. We will be live streaming it. I don't know if it'll... it's going to be episode... Well, okay. So the original Biggest Problem in the Universe, episode 107, was the episode where Maddox went, this is the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
And did a 2-hour... The most cringy fucking 2-hour episode without ever mentioning what happened and where his like co-host that had been on the other 106 episodes was. Like, did not mention Dick's name once. If you're like an intelligent individual, you go, okay, let's just end the show and never talk about it. You don't do a very special final episode where you go out of your way to make sure to not mention the other half of the show the whole way through. It was like fucking insane. That's the kind of insanity you're dealing with this man. Dude, it's crazy.
You gotta admit, that's impressive. Like, the level of insanity, that's actually pretty impressive.
All the fans are listening to the show, and they're like, wait, it's the end of the show? Where's the other guy? And it's just like, thank you guys for listening to this show. It's me, Maddox. You guys have really loved my show, and only me, and I'm the only one. It's like, you can't do that. You can't. That's not a thing.
By the way, don't unsubscribe.
You don't
unsubscribe. There's a new show coming.
Yeah, well, I mean, the smart thing to do would have been to have Dick on and just be like, listen, we're ending the show and we're all going our separate ways. Maddox is a fucking idiot. Anyway, that was episode 107 of the original show. Our live show is episode 108. So we've made it one episode past the post, and that's the celebration that we're having next month.
Has it been
episode
2 years now you've been doing that?
2 years now. Guys, the show's going great.
Fuck, it's going quick.
It really is. Great. I've been enjoying it greatly. Plug yourself, please.
Oh, guys, yeah, you can check out the show at biggestproblem.show, or obviously if you're on YouTube, youtube.com/biggestproblem. We're hitting new heights. We're hitting new views. We had Destiny on a recent episode, which was huge. People are loving the bonus episodes. And tomorrow, Monday, let's just say we're talking to some Hollywood people. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Dick's more optimistic, but regardless, the show's doing very well, and we got some big plans.
Maybe you'll get on Netflix.
I mean, let's put it this way: the writers aren't allowed to write anything, but we're allowed to film stupid bits and put them on services. So a lot of desperate, man. A lot of places are taking pitches right now, and I guess we're going to be making one. Yeah, we're making a couple. We'll see how well it goes. But yeah, this video.
I wish you guys the best of luck.
Even if we can't, honestly, even if like this falls apart, I'm talking to Dick and I'm like, you know what? We're having so much fun with the show. Let's film some fucking crazy bits. Let's get the cameras. Let's do, like the Pepsi shit and the Netflix shit and whatever else.
Yeah, because you guys know how to do that really well.
Now that the show's in a comfortable place. Yeah, for like the past 2 years, I've been like, let's just make the show good. Let's focus on that. Now that the show's like comfortable and it's running, I'm like, all right, let's really take this thing to the next level. Let's get on the radar of people. And I'm very excited about that.
Your guys' flow is very good. Very, very, very good.
Thank you.
Your guys' flow is amazing.
Well, if you guys are ever in LA and you want to...
each other.
If you guys ever come to LA, you guys aren't in LA, are you?
No.
Well, if you ever come this way and you want to be on the show, let us know. I'd be happy to have you.
Well, I need to win Lotto to get a plane ticket from Australia.
You never know. You might come on.
Fucking Dick's a millionaire. Fucking go, hey, and this little Australian guy, he's a bit weird.
Well, I'll say this:
he bought a ticket to your show in Sydney, and you didn't turn up. It's time for payback.
Well, hey, it's your country's fault for banning him. Okay?
No, it's his. No, I thought it was his fucking travel agent's fault for fucking up the visa.
I don't know what happened. Something happened. Canceled the big show. Let's put it this way, though. I want to get to the point where the show's big enough that we can go to guests and go, hey, we'll buy you a plane ticket, And we're getting to that point, I think.
Well, I do know that during COVID or through the COVID time, they were being extremely picky on who they were allowing in the country.
Oh, this was before that.
people like Lauren Southern couldn't, like, she had a really big hard time with getting in and staying in and the whole visa thing. And I know that she had to make a deal with them that she would stop her online stuff. And I guess she had a horrible time with the Australian immigration.
At least with her, they probably told her before she got to the airport. Dick found out as he was boarding the plane.
Yes,
that his visa was fucked?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was
Yeah.
boarding the plane with Sean, and then they were like, "No, we can't let you on the plane." And then it was like, they were like, "Fuck!" And then so Sean went ahead, and Dick was like, "I'll catch up. I'll figure this out." And then he never made it.
I'm always getting sent TikTok clips of this border or airplane security.
Border security, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are strict, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, don't bring food.
Oh, it's always Chinese people too. You guys hate Chinese people.
Yeah, they're always like, "I need my pig. I need my dead pig in my suitcase to cook."
I need these hundreds of sausages. Why did I bring so many sausages? You guys are like, you can't just bring a bunch of fucking animal parts, you fucking psychos. Why do Asian people all travel with sausage? What the fuck? It's so weird. Every other episode is an Asian guy covered in sausage going, "I just wanted to bring my sausage to Australia." That's half the show.
But yeah, like when you go overseas, food, you don't even think about packing food, do you? Because it's like, I assume they have food there.
I assume they have food there. Yes, exactly.
Dude, you
yes.
buy food at the airport if you're hungry. You don't jam your bags
with raw
full of
sausage,
endangered Chinese meats.
With a pig?
Dude, Asian people are so weird about food. Like, it's so weird.
It'd be great if someone tried to bring like a couple of live ducks.
And yet there is absolutely no hint whatsoever that there could ever be a problem with wet markets or anything like that, with diseases or anything like that.
That's what they don't understand. They're like, "I don't understand why I can't bring these bats in." And it's like, have you been around the last 3 years, you fucking retard?
Because they're still doing that shit, aren't they, the wet markets?
Oh, dude, don't go to China.
Absolutely.
What a fucking...
Yes.
My ex-in-laws went to China. They got mugged within a day.
There's no way that this coronavirus came from a wet market. You got to look at them and go, "Are you out of your mind? Do you know how disgusting those wet markets are?" I mean, yeah, you would. It makes much more sense to be like, okay, yeah, that's gonna obviously create some, nasty.
Anytime it's so weird to see videos in America where a lady's like, "They didn't put on gloves while making my Subway sandwich." I'm like, bitch, go watch people making fucking food in India, and you will be like, okay.
Exactly.
I don't think,
Exactly.
It's like guys wiping their ass and then jamming their hand in the curry pot, and you're like, oh my God. How do any of you live past the age of 12? Yeah, I'm very happy for the FDA in America. I bless my luck.
I am too.
And I'm thankful for the Australian Travel Agency stopping all these Chinese bastards for trying to get their fucking sausages and bird nests. Bird nests! What is that about?
Yeah, so I had a donation here I forgot to read. There's a question here for you, Vito. It says, when is Andrew Tate going to be on Biggest Problem?
He was on the Dick Show years ago.
Of course
Dick
he was.
is convinced that Andrew Tate just stole his bit and took it way too seriously. Dick was like, "Yeah, I'm the ultimate man. I hate women." And then Andrew Tate's like, "Yeah, me too. I'm going to lock them in cages and force them to be on webcam." Like, "Oh, bro, I was joking.
Exactly.
That was a bit." Like, I didn't actually mean that. Oh, fuck. I thought that was like a legit good idea to lock them up and steal their passports and force them to be webcam slaves.
What, we can't do that? That's a no-no?
Wait, that's not I can't do that? I thought it was a free country.
Yeah,
I thought this was Romania. I'm sorry. I thought we did this in Romania.
I'm sorry. I thought this was Romania. Yeah, Andrew Tate made some miscalculated decisions is the best way to put it.
Yeah, he got taken down by Greta Thunberg. Like, I don't see Dick being
Dude, he got owned by
Greta
Thunberg. Oh my God. He got savagely destroyed by Greta Thunberg.
Over
which
a
is the most
pizza box.
embarrassing thing. Well, Greta, the thing about my cars is I have many cars, and my cars are very fast. She's like, "You're gay." I'm not gay. I did not know why you were calling me gay. I'm not a homosexual. He had a small dick and he like lost his mind. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Andrew Tate ripped off Dick. If you want to hear the original, come on by the biggest problem.show.
Oh wait, if it was on the Dick show though, that video would be fucking gone now.
I wonder if Dick did not archive his shit. I don't know if anyone has any of this stuff. Yeah, I don't know if he has any archives of the videos.
This is what happens when you win the game of life.
What did he get banned for?
He got banned for saying that what's her name? Tess Holiday is fat.
Oh no.
It wasn't a whole fat watch bit.
He fat shamed.
This is satire. This is satire. This is satire.
This is satire.
We're just reporting the news.
Fat shame women, because that's bullying. So that was one strike. Another strike was he played like news footage of kids beating up kids in a school or something. Like one of these like raw fight videos, and they're like, you can't post violence. It's like NBC News gets to post it. Why the fuck can't I post it? Yeah, and I don't know what the third strike was, but it was literally like all bullshit.
Yeah, we got a community guidelines warning on Now Recording for one of the people on the show said I hate and then like the opposite of us gender. Yeah. That's all they said as a joke.
Say it.
Dude, that's not. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how long. I now archive I try to remember to archive every Biggest Problem episode because it seems like if you have a comedy podcast, they just drop like flies because it's like you have so many episodes and you say so many stuff and anybody could take it out of context at any point. I don't know how we haven't gotten any strikes. Especially because Dick fucking pushes the edge and he starts being like, I can't even make the joke.
He really does.
If you listen to some episodes, I go, Dick.
He really does.
Did I get this one deleted too?
Yeah, on one hand, Dick is very rich, and on the other hand, this is Vito's livelihood, right?
Yeah, literally, oh my God.
Yeah.
See, that's part of the anxiety of the show is Dick's like, I don't care if the show gets deleted at all. I'm like, if the show gets deleted, I lose my house. So welcome to the biggest problem in the universe, where one guy is constantly about to lose his livelihood and the other guy thinks it's funny. It's a great dynamic. It really works. It's definitely
he's got this thing about vaccinations too, and he always wants to push the envelope with vaccinations.
Who was the comedian that died? Bob Saget.
Yeah.
So he's constantly making like, well, I don't know what happened to Bob. I'm like, I swear to God, you stupid motherfucker. All I know is he was vaccinated. Shut up. You know?
I'm waiting for people to blame the vaccine for Bob Barker.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, was Bob Barker back? That's a good joke. Well, he had one vaccine too many. He went over.
Well, that's actually how Crip died.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's a bad time for comedy on YouTube. It's like they need to hire a comedian to be in charge of like their fucking is this a joke department, you know?
Yeah.
Instead it's some dude in Singapore who's like, I don't understand what these whiteys are talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's not allowed.
Oh, that fucking.
Well, no, you know what happened?
Fuck, I forgot his name.
What happened was that the fascists and everything came in and decided to do the quote unquote dog whistle, and then they hid behind a lot of this. Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. I mean, Nick Fuentes. It's a joke.
Yeah,
it's like
we deal with a lot of that now.
It's not a fucking joke, you know. So I mean, I just think that they've had to crack down on, it's just a joke, bro. And they're doing it the wrong way. I mean, that's all there is to it, but that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, like Revenge of the Sis got hit. Someone else got taken off YouTube too. And again, it's just these podcasts, man. It's like what these people at YouTube don't understand is like, dude, there's a difference between like an edited video where like you have time to go over it and go, okay, that joke's like over the line. I got to take that joke out. Versus a podcast where it's like, dude, you have to, in comedy, you have to play around. You have to find the edge. And you are going to go over it. Like, it will happen, but like...
that's how you find where the edge is.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually by the time you figure it out, you're over it, because then you just realize that was the line.
And if you just gently step over it, you should not lose your channel. Like, yes, if we did like the big Let's Deny the Holocaust special, I would understand them being like, guys, come on. Like, you can't fuck that. But we don't. Speaking of which, we just had an episode. We had Luke Bernard, creator of the Fortnite Holocaust Museum. So that is, I hope, bought us so many points with YouTube. Yes, episode 101. A lot of our fans are mad that we. They're like, this is the stupidest episode ever. But I think the guy's actually pretty interesting. He's this weird Jewish vampire man who, first of all, he made a video game about the Holocaust, which you can find videos of how to speedrun it and get the PlayStation trophies really quick. It's like when you're in the shower,
PlayStation.
glitch against the wall, and then you can skip ahead to the. Okay, it's not exactly like that, but
no.
But yeah, now he has. You can go into Fortnite and you can spawn in the Holocaust Museum and walk around as Spider-Man and learn about the Holocaust.
Oh my god!
In the background, there's Ethan Klein and Hilo that are meeting for the first time, and you can stop it from happening. You can go, no, don't meet, and you can prevent the H3 channel.
Yeah, you can stop Hilo and Ethan, but you can't stop Hitler.
What?
Well, no, because then the whole game wouldn't exist.
Was there a choice?
It's like,
I mean, you can stop the other by stopping one.
I guess it is Hitler's fault then for H3.
If you
in the
stop
grand scheme of
Hitler,
things.
then
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the worst thing he did, but yeah.
Well, yeah,
Point is that when they try to come at the show and they say, "Oh, listen, this is a bad show," I'd go, "We helped promote Holocaust education, so you can't say that anymore." Sorry.
That's correct.
Take that. Take that.
I just wish they
Well,
would
you guys are
communicate more.
hilarious.
You hope there's
Oh,
what?
I agree. Yeah.
I wish the YouTube. I wish the YouTube company would just be more transparent with the
Well,
the
they
content
don't even know what the
creators.
fuck's going on.
Yeah, like what
Well,
can
I
like
think-
be
I
exact.
think
What
with
can
the
we?
No,
do?
they write a robot, and then the robot just goes and does it.
Yeah.
Just does their bidding,
Yeah,
and they're
but
like,
I
"Well, we
think-
don't know
I
what it's
think
doing." It's like
with
those
the new
automatic cleaners at the
CEO
supermarket.
The new CEO is going to have a different direction and a different thought process to a lot of this stuff. I think that's why you're seeing all these changes in the algorithm right now, is because he's trying to get his fingers into some pies.
The algorithm is really weird right now. I have no idea what content to make.
It is.
Nothing
Yeah,
I make
it's
seems
really
to trend.
bizarre.
Yeah, it seems like their whole focus on like everybody, dude. They were like long form content. That's what we want, and I'm like, okay. So then I devoted to making long form content. They're like, never mind, shorts. Make shorts. And I'm like, that's the
Yeah.
complete fucking opposite. What do you
10
mean?
minutes. Okay, now it's 8 minutes. Yeah.
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 I'm like, dude, you
10
told me to
minutes,
make
and then it
long
was 8
videos,
minutes.
and now you're telling me to make like 30 minutes of me jerking off in a cup and screaming Fortnite. Like, I don't know what you want, and none of it gets views anyway. So I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing with YouTube anymore. It's a nightmare.
I can't imagine your level of anxiety knowing that your eggs are in this basket. I commend you for having
need to write a
Well,
book.
steel, to be honest.
We're very lucky that again we have like the Patreon. Like, luckily we don't make a lot of money from like streaming the show because we don't put ads on the episodes. We basically, it's mostly just paid for by the Patreon and super chats.
You're
So
welcome.
even if we get well, thank you, and everybody should super chat. So even if we got banned, I mean, just the problem is it just limits your reach. Is like right now I can put up a clip and like a couple people find it, or obviously like Destiny goes on the show. That episode got pushed like crazy. I think it's at almost like 100,000 views right now.
Oh shit!
We put the show on Rumble.
He's on fire.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Whatever-
Destiny's killing it.
Whatever he's been doing, and I don't know who is behind, but this whole last year, his channel has been on fucking fire. So he has been too. I mean,
It's the year of Destiny,
his
man.
stuff is constantly shoved like recommendations from him all the time now.
Well, that's
And
why
old
Keffel's
stuff
fucked
popped
up.
too.
Keffel's got him banned from Twitch, and it was probably the best fucking thing that
Twitch?
ever happened to him because he's kicking
Agreed.
ass
I
on
agree.
YouTube. Yeah.
He really is. I mean, he's got in some kind of sweet spot, and he's just riding the wave. He's doing beautifully. It's really nice to see somebody like who has watched Hassan and who has watched Vosh and all these people kind of surpass him and everything. And I mean, these are people that grew up in his community. you can't tell me you don't feel a certain way about that. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't just be like, oh, that's great. Fuck me, you know?
Well, I know Destiny was absolutely seething when he got fucking banned from Twitch. He was pissed.
Yeah,
Dude, do you remember that whole document he put out?
What it was. Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember he put out that whole document about Keffels? And I remember being like, dude, no one cares. No one's going to read this. So luckily he realized, like, you know what? Just keep making the content and the people will come.
Yep.
And it's been working for him.
Well, it's like a few years ago, him and Vosh are like on the same level. And now he's like completely left Vosh in the dust, bro. He like
Vosh started out as a Destiny viewer.
Yeah, but they became equal for a while. Yeah.
You think? I never felt Vosh got to the same level as Destiny.
I think there was a point in time in like 2020, 2021 where they were like
would they have the same number of people watching?
Like close. I would say I would say Destiny probably had more, but I was saying like Vosh was closer to him than he ever was, and now like that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
Who was it that told Vosh to put a t-shirt on? Because I want to buy them a drink. Because Vosh, I remember, would always stream not wearing a t-shirt and was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I can't look at this. Whoever told him to do that, I will buy them a drink.
Yeah, I don't watch too much Vosh content.
Yeah.
But we love, dude, Destiny's such a great guest. I'm always so glad that he makes time for us when he comes to LA. Because obviously the other shows he's going on are like huge. Hitch.
Well, and it sounds like he really enjoys your guys' sense of humor and the way that the show is, and I mean, it just sounds like he really enjoys doing it, and he's again rich, so he can choose to do what he wants with his time, and if he wants to do it and enjoy his time with you guys, then fucking right on.
Here's the thing I think about Destiny. Destiny's a funny guy. Destiny in a different life could be a comedian. Absolutely. He could be on stage. He could be telling jokes. I think he's comfortable around other comedians. Me and Dick are obviously comedians. I think he loves banter. He loves dialogue. And a lot of the times he's on shows with like fucking dummies where he's just like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to explain this shit to you. I think when he gets in a situation with a couple comedians, he can just riff and have fun. I think he has more fun on our show than any other show I see him on. Every other show he's on, he seems miserable.
Great.
He's like, these fucking idiots have no idea what they're talking about. They're all fucking nuts.
So with your biggest problem live show that you're going to do you think there's going to be much audience participation? Because I know Dick's live shows, it's just fucking chaos. It's just everyone screaming out
every
shit.
time we do a live show, the fans, we love most of them. Some of them think that they're part of the show. They're not.
Yeah.
Okay. And we always are like, please shut the fuck up. But like, dude, the last time we did a Biggest Problem live show, there was one guy who we kept like stopping the show and being like, shut the fuck up or I'm going to kill you. Like, shut the fuck. And he didn't get it. So, dude, we're going to try our best, but like some of these people are maniacs, which is fine. We love you all, but like, please, you're not like. Also, no, we can't hear you. We have microphones. No one can hear your little joke that you're yelling from the back of the room. It's ruining the fucking show. Shut the fuck up. We have an audience participation part. We let everybody write down on cards what's your favorite. What's the biggest problem, and then we read the cards, and it's like whose problem was this, and if it's funny, we'll bring you up. Wait for that. That's your chance to prove how fucking clever and funny you are. Okay. But it's the same problem you'll run into. Like I would try to do like live call-in shows. Most people are not funny, man. Most people just go on, just will not shut up. Or we play voicemails on the show, and I tell people, I'm like, just keep it to 30 seconds. And a guy calls in like 2 weeks ago, and it was like,
never do.
I have an eBay store. Here's the biggest problem. My eBay, sometimes I sell things on eBay, and I sold it for $5, and the guy gave me $9, and the shipping was $14. And I'm like, Dick, cut this fucking voice. Like, I have to tell Dick, shut this fucking voicemail off. This is fucking terrible. Okay? Brevity is the soul of witch. Like, stop running your mouth. If you have a joke, get it out and be done with it.
Yeah, shit or get off the pot. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Dude, so many people just go, oh, it'll be funny if I interrupt the show with a big, long rant about nothing. And it's like, no,
and I think
stop.
I find it hilarious that you think that it's going to be any fucking different. Like, that's what I just think. It's every single time, too. It's like, oh, look, they've gone beyond. Oh, imagine that.
If you do go to this show, please, for the love of God, behave. I want them to do more of them. I want to be able to go to one.
Hopefully, I'll say this, even if you can't come to the show, episode 108, it's going to be a big live stream. Everybody tune in. super chats.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody watch and share the link.
Time? What day? What time,
It's
what
gonna
day?
be
September 30, was it?
September 30th, which
Yeah.
is a Saturday. We normally do the show on Fridays. Saturday, we figured it'd be easier for people. LA's traffic on a Friday night is bullshit.
Yeah.
So Saturday, at least, the streets are not littered with cars. So it's going to be Saturday the 30th. We're going to start. We open the doors at 8, so the show should start at like 8:15, 8:30, and we'll have more details on exactly when it goes. You'll be able, guys, subscribe to The Biggest Problem on YouTube. We'll have a live link ready to go. You can queue up in the chat. And we might have some special guests. We'll see. We'll see if any YouTube guys show up or whatever.
So
we're still
8
working
o'clock.
everything out.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. That
8
is...
o'clock, yeah, LA time. So
okay.
Pacific, PSD.
And we'll go for a couple of hours. All right, sweet, because you almost clashed there with the NRL Grand Final, which is like Australia's Super Bowl. And
okay.
you were gonna make me have to make a difficult decision. But nope.
Yeah.
You finish and then the grand final's on. Sweet. That's gonna be the best day ever.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, I got to go get ready for some stuff. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for
Thank you for
dropping
coming on.
by, and thank you for the extra info. We really appreciate it. We were lost, so thank you for the direction.
Everybody like this stream right now. Smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe.
Right, like and
Biggest
subscribe.
problem in the universe. Have fun, guys.
Thanks, Vito.
Later.
All right,
Go
thanks,
fuck yourself.
Vito.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
That was nice of him to drop in.
That was. Do you
That's
think he just woke up?
Good one, yeah. That was a good one. Call back.
Knowing LA, it is possible. It is possible that,
By the way, I wanted to shout out someone in the chat real quick. Their name is Medley Sage of Bitches. I hope they're having Medley Sage of Bitches. That's their name. No, that's their name. I didn't mispronounce it at all. It's Medley Sage of Bitches.
I don't see them in the chat.
They were in the chat a while ago. I just wanted to shout them out, but I didn't want to interrupt Vito.
Oh yeah, Medley Sage. Medley Sage of Wins.
No, Medley Sage of Bitches, bro.
It's Wins.
No.
What?
No, it's Medley Sage.
You gotta fill me in when you're doing something.
Or you can just like shut the fuck up and let me do it.
No, because I was like, that's such a ridiculous name. I need to go verify this, and I find it. I'm like, it doesn't say that at all.
Medley Sage of Bitches.
All right.
He's just upset because it doesn't make any sense. And
No,
he's just
doesn't.
Yeah.
I
See,
guess
You don't have to get. You don't have to be explained every joke.
Yes, I
Right?
do.
Medley Sage of Wins is mad at me because I mispronounce her name all the time because I always just think it said Media Sage of Wins because that makes a little. I don't know why that just made sense to my eyes. So I'm purposely mispronouncing their name anymore. Man, it feels great to explain jokes. Thanks, Mitch.
Well, yeah. Now I know. Now I get it. Thank you. Because before that, you were speaking gibberish. Tism. Fuck off, Eva.
Hi, Eva.
All right. Has you guys got anything else to plug or talk about?
No.
Actually,
I
I
mean,
do.
unless you
I
want-
have something to plug.
Yeah. Go for it. Who do you want to
Just
plug?
real quick, go and there's a new channel. Let me pull it up real quick. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. I apologize. This is completely my bad. There is. Oh, that's not right either. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Here, I'm getting the link. So then I can. So Lord Vega actually uploaded. And it's a podcast.
Where are you putting this link?
I'm putting the link in the chat.
In the YouTube chat?
It should, yeah. I'm gonna try to put it in there. Do I not have permissions? I don't know. Anyway, I should. It should let me do it too, but it's not. Anyway, go check it out. It's a very, very interesting. It's very funny podcast. You guys should enjoy it.
Yeah, it talks about aliens, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He talks about Ancient Apocalypse. I guess there's a show called Ancient Apocalypse or something. Yeah. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
There's something else.
Right.
So what is that? Fuck.
And
Mr.
Matt,
Vids.
did you have anything or
Oh yeah,
no?
Matt, do you have anything, Matt?
Well, I was gonna say, did you want to
On the
talk about the fucking demented stuff, or you want to save that for now recording tomorrow?
That's probably an hour recording thing. That you get way more mileage and perspective from the other guys than you would me.
Well, Mitch, I just want to say the baby's alive, Mitch.
What?
Yeah, the baby's alive. The baby's
Hang on.
real.
The baby's real, but he lied about it dying. But then the baby apparently never existed. But now the baby does exist.
Yeah, the baby exists. He's proved it 100%. It's alive.
For fuck's sake.
It's
Did he go make a baby? Like, how long's it been? Has it been 9 months since? Like, did he go make a baby?
No. Well, Mitch, it's kind of serious because we did that whole thing. Now recording's in deep shit, bro.
Fuck
we did
off.
that whole
No,
thing
you're pulling
on
my
them.
leg now. You're pulling my leg now. No. See, I can smell it. When
You didn't smell it at first, bro.
No, I didn't. There was a bit of interfere. I was like, oh shit. I'm making fun of him making a baby. You're like, no, man, it's really serious. Oh, just don't joke about the baby. Oh, shit. Fuck you. All right. Well, that's now recording tomorrow. Mr. Vids wanted me to show this video. So apparently I caused Justin Whang's fans to freak out a couple of years ago. I can't remember how, but apparently there's video explaining.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't
2nd of
sound
November,
familiar to me
2021.
either.
Oh, wait. Is this... Fuck, yeah. No. Too fast. It's only a minute.
On the 22nd of November, 2021, a YouTuber by the name of Mickey Mitch made a tweet towards fellow YouTuber Justin Whang, which Whang promptly retweeted that said tweet with the word, okay. People wanted to know what the original tweet was. There was one problem,
man, look at all the
however.
fucking followers I had! God damn it! This was
What happened?
I was going for the police. And then I had deleted it.
That's
Man, can we get that
Deleted
many
everything.
followers again, please?
The account was protected. People began to question, what was that screenshot? Does anyone have an archive? What was that original tweet? Fans of Whang began to beg for that said screenshot, but of no avail. Was it some crazy ass shit that he made towards Justin Whang? Was it a picture of Whang saying that he likes his socks covered in jizz stuffed down the side of my bed? Or whatever this fucking screenshot was. Begging turned to demands. Two Salazar said, nah, I need to know what that tweet said. What did Mickey Mitch say to Justin Whang? Tune in tonight on Unsolved Mysteries.
What?
Yeah,
So what did you say?
I think I'd said to him, because I was on private, he was saying something about
and you
retweeting
don't
people,
know
and I said, I think
after all of that,
yeah, I think I said something like,
build it up, and this is
I
where
think
you drop
I'm explaining it.
fucking nothing.
I think I said
Jesus.
retweet this because I was on private and you can't retweet. So we copied the link to it and then pasted that link in a new tweet so that it creates a quote retweet. So that's how you get around quote retweeting a private account, but no one can see it. And so everyone was like, what the fuck? Yeah, Ripley, I'll do what you say. Okay. If anyone would like a shirt, please,
Ripley.
for the love of God, please buy one of these shirts.
What the fuck?
Can you get sued for that?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
No, the best they can do is a cease and desist. They can be like, stop it.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
true.
go, okay.
Yeah.
And then if you don't stop, that's when they're like, stop. So anyway, buy this before I get a cease and desist from the President of the United States. Sorry, former President. Because I'm sure he's going
Thank you.
to go out of his way to cease and desist this shit.
Yeah. Wouldn't
Yeah, you
surprise
can
me.
select your color, and it doesn't update the color on the thing, but use your imagination, or you just click over here. Look, oh wow, it changes the fucking color. Wow.
I'm not buying this. Is this from Australia? Do I have to pay like $80 for shipping?
I think it prints wherever you are.
Mm.
And the 35, that's an Australian, so it's about 22 US.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I think it's $10 Australian on top for shipping, roughly. So yeah, please.
Gotcha.
There's I'm gonna drop the link. There's other shirts on there too. Where's
Cool.
How do I operate
on.
my own website?
Nice.
There's this one
Wait,
of
so
George.
This is your website?
Yeah, there's this one of George Lucas when he was in Adelaide, at a food court eating something with a Diet Coke.
That's right. I remember that picture. Oh
Yeah.
my god, how long has it been since
Wait,
that
why don't you put some
picture?
fucking Now Recording shirts up there, asshole?
Because you didn't want to do now recording merch.
We will soon. 2,000 subscribers.
I knew if I did this, I'd become the merch guy.
No, it wasn't. Well, I mean,
Max does shirts too. Max does merch too, and he's sold way more than I have. Max is the merch guy.
Look, we'll think about it. We'll have a meeting. All right.
Yeah.
buddy?
All right. And we're all collectively going to vote.
The fact of the
Max.
matter is, Mitch, you do the less around here. So.
Excuse you.
Don't you start. Don't you start.
So also, if anybody is interested in weird and obscure movie reviews, check out Trivial Theater. She's awesome with that kind of stuff, and she's going to be coming out with some merch as well. So, FYI.
I didn't this isn't like a topic. I watched the Dungeons and Dragons movie yesterday. I was pleasantly surprised on how good it was.
Oh. Right on.
It was really good.
Oh, the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It was really good.
Triggered?
It was awesome.
It was like I was watching a Dungeons and Dragons. I added that APOD guy, Bad Cripple's boyfriend.
Yeah.
I added him on Discord because I saw him in the Australian
fool.
section.
You fool.
And so he DM'd me. He was like, "Sup?" So I was like talking to him, and then I just he plays a lot of D&D.
He got you into D&D. He roped you into it.
Yeah. No. I was playing D&D back in the day with like my friends. So I quit playing D&D. But I know him. I know of him as the D&D guy.
Yeah.
He fucking loves it.
He's good people. He's really good people.
I don't know D&D, but watching that movie, it was like I can see if there was like a dungeon master. I could see the dungeon master doing shit, like throwing shit in their way in a really comedic way.
Yeah. Exactly. It felt like watching an actual Dungeons and Dragons game, to a T. It was great. Did you ever tell the story of how him and Bad Cripple met? I know he told it on Now Recording.
I think it was through a Young Crip tweet.
Yeah, they Young Crip was tweeting. They met in the replies of a Young Crip tweet, and they started e-dating, and then they met. That's just a very sweet story.
Yeah, and then COVID threw some wrenches in the shit. Delayed it. But they stuck. They're
good
awesome.
for them.
Yeah.
It's very wholesome.
They're both good people too, and they are both killer senses of humor. I mean, by their own right, they're hilarious. But then, the two of them, they riff off each other, and it's just hysterical. Just kills me every time. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're very good.
Yeah, good people. Yep.
I love them.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Us.
I was supposed to find a song, but I was too busy listening to you talk about Jess and APOD. And I got distracted. I can't play that song.
Shiny.
Can't play that song. Fuck it. It was
Shiny.
Fuck it. Whatever. Thanks for listening, everybody. Let me just pull
Do you
up
want to say goodbye to your patrons?
Yeah, that's what I was finding. Thank you, Akieri, Doejenggles, KeerCat, KinoshitaCrazy, KFC Jesus, MissKima, Hybrid, Minx, Khuck, and thank you to the YouTube members that I have written down here somewhere. Right here. Thank you to the members: Rylan, Matt Pitt, Belinda, Ellis, AussieWordSmithy, Default89, Mickon, Sarah Sausage, Khuck again, and Darcy Evans. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Click the like button, all that. Buy a t-shirt, please. Please, for the love of God, I want to go to LA. Even though the show's sold out. I want to go there one day for the next show.